Hello and welcome to Front Page Football TV for a pretty huge day in Australian football, New Zealand football, for the A-League at the very least. It is the very first New Zealand derby in professional football. It is the Kiwi Classico live from the Cake Tin in Wellington. It's going to be a raucous affair with Giancarlo Italiano taking on Stephen Corica's Auckland. But before we get right into it, I have to introduce my illustrious co-hosts. First and foremost, it's a co-founder of Front Page Football, the host of the Front Page Football podcast, and just an all-around good bloke, Christian Marchetti. How you going?
How you going, Jack? I am good, and I'm really looking forward to this game. I think everyone, to be honest with you, in the Australasian football landscape is looking forward to this, and not just for the rivalry itself, but also I'm keen to see how Auckland stack up against this Wellington team, and also, I guess, how serious Wellington are again this year. If we're going to see, if they come out today and win this comfortably, for example, then it's going to be like a big sort of statement from them. Also, a big statement the other way if Auckland get the job done. So this is going to be really, really interesting.
Absolutely. And also joining us from the land of Victoria, it's our resident Melbourne expert. Actually, no, we got two of them, but, he's just one of them. It's Jake Holub. Jake, how you going?
I'm good. I've been looking forward to this game since it was announced round three. I think it's the highlight of the week. I'm just very interested to see, obviously, Auckland had a good start to the season, but this is probably has to be their biggest test away at Wellington, big derby. I'm just buzzing for it. I'm buzzing. Let's see it. There's not been enough, obviously competition for Wellington recent years, sort of that local competition, those real rivalries. So this is perfect. So very excited.
Well, I mean, the biggest derby that they had in the A-League was really a derby based on how far away the teams were. And now this one's based on the locality of the team. So, a very big improvement from their point of view. Let's look at the lineups for both of the squads now. Oluwemi retains his spot in goal for the Phoenix with Sam Sutton, Hughes, Wooten, Sheridan and Tim Payne looking like they're going to play a sort of five at the back, maybe a three at the back in attack. And it was Kazuki Nagasawa, Alex Rufa and Finn Conke making up the midfield with Inshigye and Costa Barbarouses up front. This is a pretty big day for that man, Costa Barbarouses. He was here when, Phoenix started their sort of rise in the A-League, and now he's back at the Phoenix for the very first Kiwi derby after, being a really, really good example. A really good. Jeez, I've lost my
words. Brain not happening.
Words brain. It's not happening right now. But yes, he is New Zealand and he's played a lot of games. That's pretty cool.
He's New Zealand. Okay,
he is the country.
He is the country.
Yes, but it's a pretty big day for him, don't you think, Christian?
No, he's just like, I just got to finish talking now.
Pass it off.
Just pass it on.
Yeah, I just got to kick it down the road.
Kick it down the road. Yeah, it is. I actually read a interview he did, some quotes he did with Philip Rollo, the staff journalist in New Zealand. He was talking about how he played in the derby in Greece between Panathinaikos and Olympiakos when he was there back in 2012. This would have been. But he was really playing it down in terms of bro, you haven't seen anything unless you played in the derbies in Greece. So he'll be very much prepared for whatever, let's say, Auckland players or any Auckland fans throw at him today. But I think what a moment that would be if Costa Barbarouses was to rein in this new era of New Zealand football. With the first goal in the derby, that would be incredible. We've got the Jason Derulo reporter doing the fan interviews.
I wonder. I think she should sing her name. Just it would just be elite. Absolutely
elite. What is this guy in the Brazilian jersey doing, man?
I don't know. But let's run through the lineup of Auckland FC and see if I can get through this without a hiccup. Probably not. Alex Paulson, of course, in goals, retaining his spot with Francis de Vries, Pinyaka, Hall and Hiroki Sakai making up the back line. Glejos, Howison and Vestrate in the midfield with Gillian, Guillermo May and Rogerson filling up the front line. Who do you like in this one, Jake?
I think Wait, how'd you pronounce it? What was it? Pinaca?
Yeah,
Is it
Pinaca?
if Matt Olson was here, he would have absolutely rizzed you for that. That was disgusting.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
Jesus.
it's Pinaca, yeah? Pinaca.
It's Pineacre. Pineacre.
Pineacre.
Even I'm wrong.
So, and
But
you even got it wrong, Jake. Fuck's sake. Anyway.
yeah, no.
I'm sorry to Nando, big Nando. But, but no. He was excellent last week. Yeah, against Sydney. I think it was. I had a look at the stats. I think recorded 20 clearances, which was the most of all last season.
But posted the stats, didn't just have a look at them.
I did. I did a whole post about it because it was just such a ridiculous performance, and scored a backheel goal to win the game. So like, he's one of the most complete games I've ever seen. So
Yeah, which probably
shout out
shouldn't
Nando.
have stood, but good on him anyway. Yeah.
True, but no, the record books do not record that. So
Well-
he will be one that will be very important, probably to stop Barbarouses. But I'm actually probably even more interested on the bench. Than you signing Nathan Moreno. He looks very, very interesting. He's been named on the bench at least for the first time since joining. So I'm excited to see him sort of add a bit of a there because I like their wingers in Gillian and Rogerson, but they're just a little bit raw. So I think maybe a bit more quality there will just take them that next level.
Gillian is like a lightning bolt of fun. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's so raw.
He's just like 100 miles an hour. You know what's interesting? They're both unchanged, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
from last week. So you've actually got two teams coming into a derby, both unchanged, both really settled. Like that's kind of awesome because we're hopefully going to get, particularly in the first 20 or so, like the best punch from both teams. So, yeah, gonna be awesome. Can we talk about the Jack? Sorry to step on your toes, but the mind games during the week.
Oh, absolutely.
This whole Roofer thing as well with Wellington. Now he's starting, but also Corrigan trying to throw pressure onto Wellington during the week, and then Giancarlo just being like, nah, the pressure's not on us, like sort of thing. So just a standard sort of
it's just
derby
like
mind game.
the advertisement, like the gall of Wellington Phoenix just buy out a heap of advertising board in the city of Auckland, reminding Auckland, sort of where they stand in the history of New Zealand professional football at the moment. Definitely the flyover by the aeroplane during Sydney FC's match, in Auckland last week. It's a I know it's the first game, but that's the stuff that builds it into a proper derby. Like, it's all well and good. Like people often discuss, negatively about the A-League, the fact that it is a franchise league, and because it's a franchise league,
But the Paramount adds on. The Paramount adds on. Sorry, just point it out.
Yeah.
Oh my! I'm getting like some.
I'm getting told to watch Linus, but we are definitely not sponsored by Paramount Plus, but we really enjoy it. No. You ended my train of thought. I was talking about how great the build up to this
Listen,
derby is.
you can't it's the Paramount, it's the GOAT ad. It's literally the GOAT ad in two ways. Like because it's talking about goats and also it's actually the greatest of all time ad itself. So yeah.
Nui Jets Football
Very,
says,
very
"Hey guys,
relevant.
hello to you, Nui Jets Football. Thank you very much for joining us." But yeah, this build up's been pretty incredible, right? And also, like, there's one man. Well, call him a man, but still very much a young kid. In Alex Paulson, which is derby sort of centered around.
Sorry. What's the drive-by on Paulson?
Well, he's still. I'm just saying he's young. Like he's not old. I was making that definition.
Okay.
I don't know if I needed to, but I certainly did it.
that was I guess the point I was making.
But sort of a little bit like, yeah, I signed for Bournemouth, and now I'm in Auckland, and now I've got the derby just circulating around me because I happened to play for Wellington last year. Like it's sort of like it's not even his fault. I find that hilarious.
Like I think the moment he signed for Bournemouth, it was pretty obvious. It was either going to be you're going to be the backup at Bournemouth or you're going to Auckland. So, I like, at the end of the day, Auckland have got the connection now. Like they've got the ownership, they've got the connection to a club like Bournemouth. Like, what are you going to do? I think one thing that is interesting about this though is he is an Auckland boy. He's not actually, I think he actually wants to play for them in the sense of like that would be difficult for a Phoenix fan to understand and hear. I understand that, but in saying that, I didn't like I think David Dome is an excellent general manager for Wellington. I didn't like afterwards, like after it was kind of announced and stuff, how Wellington were kind of asking for the league to look into it, but then at the same time being like, oh, we don't have anything against Alex and stuff. Like, I get that, but your fans are pissed. They don't like him. So as a byproduct, you shouldn't be, pandering to it or anything like that. But no, look, it just adds spice, and that's what we need. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And, it's a battle of two different formats of football, really, as well. You've got the Corica brand of football, which I know, Christian, you're a massive fan of, obviously.
I was speaking to Ian. I was speaking to Ian yesterday, and I got criticized for not giving Auckland any sort of praise on the pod during the week. So maybe if they win today, I'll give them praise next week. But no, here's the thing. I actually saw Corrigan in the interview briefly was talking about how, like, defensively they've been really good the first two games. Like, last week they were good, albeit against the Sydney team, which didn't have Douglas Costa and also had Joe Lolly pick up an injury. But in round one, like, I watched them against Brisbane. I thought, and I mean, if anyone watched Brisbane last night, Jesus Christ, particularly in the first half, like, in the final third, they were shocking. They just didn't punish the space that Auckland gave them. So I think it's going to be interesting today because also, how are Auckland going to approach us in the sense of, are they going to press? Are they going to be a bit more defensive? Like, you think Wellington will probably try and play on the counter, but I honestly don't know. Like, that's the great thing about this game. I'm not too sure what approach is going to be taken. But, like, if you ask me, honestly, and if there's any Auckland fans watching are going to maybe get all shitty, but, like, what's more likely today? Wellington do them over 2-0 or Auckland win like 3-1? I think Wellington, because I just trust them more. Maybe, yeah, Jake probably agrees. I just trust them more as a unit in this kind of situation to stick by their principles, their beliefs, and get the job done.
Well, before we jump into the game, Brock Pearson says, would love to see Kolakowski get some minutes off the bench for the Phoenix. He's been listed on the bench for them.
So would Jake Holub. He would love that.
Jake, I was just about to say that. Jake would love that. And also, Matt Olsen chiming in saying, Knights 2.0 versus Knights 3.0. Footy King's legacy game. Okay.
Love it.
Love that. Guys, before we jump into the kickoff, got some score predictions. Jake, I'll go to you first.
Yeah.
How are you seeing this one pan out?
Ooh. I reckon Auckland will at least grab one, but yeah, I think Wellington win this. I'm gonna say 3-1. 3-1 Wellington.
Jeez.
3-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm confident. I think Wellington will get it.
Christian, what do you got?
Look, everyone's gonna hate me for this. I'm actually gonna say 0 or draw.
Oh, you suck. You're no fun.
Yeah, I
Get
know.
off the
No.
freaking stream, bro.
I think it's gonna be cagey, because it is a derby, and I think, I think 0-0, but I think if one team is gonna win, I think it'll be Wellington. That would be my sort of thing. I just don't really know. Like, this is also, I know they're still in New Zealand, but this is also Auckland's first away game. If, they're not playing in their home, I don't know if there's anything with that. It's a very difficult sort of game to judge, in my opinion. That's why I'm just going to play it safe, really safe, with a 0 draw. So.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Wellington. I'm going to go Rojas off the bench. 88th minute, just pops up with something brilliant to take the game away from Auckland. I'm just going full Nostradamus, and if I'm wrong...
He's on the bench? He's on the bench, yeah?
No, he's on the bench. He's going to come on in like the 80th minute, and he's just going to, like, I don't know, nutmeg Sakai or something like that, and then just put in the top bins.
Actually, Retre didn't make the squad, I've just realised too. So, because I thought there was a possibility he could have come back, but no, he's not in yet.
And
well, even with Rufa, because wasn't the talk there that he wasn't going to be playing this game?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned before. So... I don't know if that was some sort of mind games to throw Auckland off, and like he was always going to play. But I was actually thinking, because they were saying that Retre might have been available for this game, so it's either could we see a Retre debut at 6 or something instead of Rufa, or I think Aute was just the other option just to start instead. But it's a non-issue now. Nathan Walker as well on the bench, got a contract extension during the week, a big 4-year extension?
Yeah. 2028.
Yeah.
And even Oluwayemi, I think, got a...
Yeah, they added a year to his deal. So he must be loving it there.
Yeah.
Well, I think they've just got a lot of faith in him, and to be fair, I think that he's performed well in Wellington Phoenix's games. I think that he's been solid at the back there. Probably not as spectacular as Paulson was last season with him keeping the Phoenix in a few games there, but I think it's a bit of a testament to how the Knicks sort of started the season. I think they've started a little bit more defensively compact and a little bit less leaky in terms of chances. Personally, that's how I've seen the Phoenix start. So Oluwayemi hasn't had to be, too flashy in his performances, which I think is good. To be honest.
I think Wellington, even today, is going to be hard. I think once Rattray and Rojas in particular are fully fit, and I don't know if Rojas was necessarily going to start even when he is fit. Like fully ready. I assume maybe he's still being used on the bench. A, because Barbarouses and Ishige are playing well. And B, maybe he's not 100% ready to start. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think, particularly when Rattray comes in, it's going to be interesting to see how Wellington then play from there. Because you've got Rattray as a very versatile player. Nagasawa, very versatile. Ishige, versatile. So, like, are Wellington going to adopt different systems in the game? That's something that Italiano's kind of alluded to. So, yeah, I'm just really happy that Roof is playing because, like, he had to play in this game. There's
Absolutely.
not, like, come on, So maybe there was a serious injury scare and they've, injected him with a few painkillers, get through it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he comes from probably the, not just the most distinguished football family in New Zealand football, but perhaps in the entire region. Like, to be fair, like, has to be right up there, what his father's done and what he's done in his career as well, both being New Zealand nationals.
Uncle.
Damn it. I had the same name. I just went in.
Winton,
I knew that
Uncle
as
Winton.
well. Yeah, I know. Uncle Winton.
Let's
Anyway,
go.
kick-off for the very first Kiwi Classico, Kiwi Derby, New Zealand Derby, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a whole heap of fun. And it's at the Cake Tin, which is just A-League law. And I love it. Also, just a score updates from around the ground. I believe there's been a goal in the Central Coast Mariners and A-League women's match as well. Okay. It's 1-0 currently to the Mariners, leading Sydney FC at home in their first game of the dub season.
Matt Olsen, FPF curse on the pod? Possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Is he... I think it was a penalty. I'm not sure who it's converted by. I'll get that information as soon as possible.
Jade Pennick.
Mate, Jade Pennick. Oh, she got a goal on debut. There you go.
There we go.
The forward on loan. So
yeah, penalty.
And Matt Olsen via Facebook. From a Knicks perspective, keen to see Rojas unleashed. Would be an iconic player to stake a claim on this one. Remember the retro Ricky scholarship. I don't know what you're talking about, the scholarship. But
he's talking about Ricky Herbert, something. Matt is older, particularly than me and Jake, so like he's got better knowledge of the real early A-League stuff.
I
no idea.
only started paying attention when I turned like 12, so I missed out.
Yeah, and you realised that rugby league wasn't the only sport in the world. Good. Yeah.
Hey, leave me alone. I liked cricket too. All right, come on, man.
Oh, here we go. First flashpoint.
It's first flashpoint, and Adam Kersey has to organise it here. Christian, no violence, please. Not on this live stream brand. Like, please, make love, no war. But it would be.
I think it was a possible transition was on there for Wellington to get out. Yeah,
definitely weren't.
Shigo looks to. Oh, that's a pretty good tackle for Strate in typical for Strate fashion, Jake.
Yeah.
That is.
Already love him.
Defensively, this guy is a fucking monster, man.
And he loves kicking people, which just is entertaining to watch. You know what? There's some nil-alls that you would rather watch. If this one just turns out to be a kick fest where they just kick each other for the whole game and have like...
Hey, I said nil-all, but I never said the nature of the nil-all. It could be a nil-all, but like it's end-to-end and kind of a basketball game. No one scores.
Yeah, so... Still, I'm just going to say it. Prediction, I'm giving you a Met prediction.
All right, so...
Who's there for... Alex Paulson. I'm assuming that's going to be happening all game.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excited.
Well,
I'm excited to see how he responds to it too.
So it looks like, Auckland obviously in their usual 4-2-3-1 shape. And then Wellington will see next time they get on the ball, they play out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How they're operating.
We'll focus on this one, but we'll also keep bringing you some of the scores in the A-League women throughout the day as well. and that's pretty late.
Rufer getting his mark on the game early. Sorry.
Yeah, has to do it. Had to show a little bit of.
Oh, actually, well, I should make a prediction. Who's going to end up with more fouls, Rufa or Verstraete?
Verstraete.
Yeah, I reckon.
Like Rufer's combative, but I think he's
He's a hard nut. He is.
yeah.
I
Did you?
reckon
I don't know. Like maybe it was just me. Him and watching them against Perth last week. Like him and Tim Payne. It is incredible how much those two players have actually improved. Like over the last 2-3 seasons at Wellington. Like no one talks about it because it's Wellington and people just don't pay attention.
I was thinking the other day,
but they have just so good in the roles that they play in this system. Brilliant.
Absolutely. I would say I'm going to come out of left field. I think Scott Wooten's just going to like foul everybody.
Hey, he's been good. He started the season well.
No, I'm not saying he's had a bad season.
Transition.
And he's the Phoenix trying to get away here. It's pretty good.
Strata, yep.
Recovery defense there. But what I was saying is like I just like see Scott Wooten just like kicking someone. Like you know, I can just vividly see him
stereotyping him because he's English. Fuck's sake, man.
No, I think like he may try to attempt murder. And there's a foul earned by Auckland.
Country there.
Yeah, just sort of.
Second week in a row, I'm drinking Coke Zero on the FPF TV. We're not sponsored by Coke Zero. Sorry.
I did the Dew earlier, but it's water now. That's one in here because I'm a health nut. I'm just a health.
Also
freak.
not sponsored. Also not sponsored by Arnott's.
Speaking of
Carlo.
Yeah, but they should.
Biscuits.
They should because we need money. Give us money, please. Give us money, please.
Okay, this is not the pitch. This is not the prospectus. No. Big possible opportunity here for Auckland.
Yes.
Set piece, edge of the box.
Set piece. They'll be looking for some of the big guys in the middle there.
Pinecker, where are we?
Started there, swung in. Ooh.
Good header. Fuck.
Decent defense as well. Phoenix able to stay pretty compact in that area there.
Guillermo. My
seems like the type of guy who's just got to get that first goal. You know, he's been good. I think he's looked fine. But for a confidence sort of thing, finishing wise, get the first goal. Yellow fever, nice and healthy today. Love it.
Good to see.
And look, I mean, this is a very, very good crowd from a Wellington perspective and an A-League perspective as well. I'm really keen to see the aftermath of this derby. I know we're going to focus on the game today, but you know, Wellington Phoenix historically haven't had the strongest crowds even at home. Not saying that, you know, I think they have some of the best travelling fans and travelling support that go everywhere that the Wellington Phoenix play, and they've got some of the most passionate fans in the country. But, you know, their average crowd count, if you look at it on the face of it, isn't big. I just wondered to see if this sort of kick-starts I don't want to say a revival, but just an uptick in their home crowds for the rest of the season, you know? Because, you know, a derby can have that effect, especially in a league like the A-League where it is a franchise league. You know, it's not built on the principles like promotion relegation. You know, having a derby, having a local rival can definitely kickstart just mainstream interest in the sport.
Yeah, but you know the other thing which just helps crowds? Winning. That's also another thing. Like because I don't because it's like, that's not gonna stay in. No. People, it's like Brisbane last night. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, by the way. That looked atrocious.
So, I got sent some photos. I have a mate in Brisbane who went to that game, and it looks like they shut off that whole side of the stadium, and they just had the side, which unfortunately wasn't the broadcast side. So, it was about 8, I think, but still, historically for Brisbane, that's quite a disappointing crowd. You know, we're used to them being up around the 10,000, 12,000 mark, historically.
Sorry, just quickly, Jay, is Sheridan playing? No, okay. I think when they just played out there, Sheridan found himself.
I absolutely hate Wellington's camera angle. I always struggle.
I was trying to work out. No, Sheridan was like in fucking like as a 10 for like a couple of seconds. I was like, what's going on here? What is Chiefy doing today?
Well, even him playing centre back's a bit funny.
This is what I mean about Chiefy. Like he gets you thinking like this. Like, is he fucking like using this guy as like a
Yeah.
Like a second striker today? Like, well, what's happening?
I was
Um,
thinking the other day, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but like Tim Payne played a whole season as like a centre back. Like he was like looked at
yeah,
as like a centre back.
Guys,
And now he's
guys,
like basically a right winger. Like he gets so
yeah.
far up.
What's a good ball?
got to go to this elite. Oh, it's a
Oh,
chance here for
Ooh.
Auckland. That's
Deflected.
a pretty good opportunity.
Sakai.
Hiroki Sakai. That's a nice hit from Hiroki Sakai. We'll go to
Yeah.
Facebook now with Charman saying, I'm amazed Guillermo May is playing today. He saw a doctor earlier this week and got diagnosed with a major case of having that effing dog in him. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's going to be our first Mr. Worldwide moment of FPF TV because, Because, you know, Mohamed Al-Tai as well, off the bench, has got that pit bull, and Guillermo May's got that dog. It's the dog versus the pit bull. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
you gotta get Mo on the pitch though.
Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, get him on now. Get him on now.
This is the perfect game for him as well. Like they need to get him on.
They need a pit bull out there. Dale.
We need someone to counteract the Frustrate tackles. Corner. Oh, free header. Oh my god.
Oh, who was that? Back post there. I think it was
Ball by
Sakai.
DeVries. He's good, man, with the set pieces. Of course, he doesn't have a right foot, but yeah.
I know that was sort of be guided down to the middle of the box then for someone to pick out the...
Sakai, yeah. They
Yeah,
just
Sakai
completely
in the
left
back
Sakai
post.
unmarked at the back post.
Also highlight a funny tweet. Matt Vandenberg just tweeted, is Joe Champness alive? We miss Joey. We need him back. We need him in the
Get him
lineup.
out there.
Is there like a deal there where it's like a month to month basis? Like this month you go work on your rapping career, this month you come and play for us, kind of alternating, or
Look, I'm not privy to the details of Joe Champness's deal with Auckland. Unfortunately, I don't have that sort of that clout. However, you know, my plan still a banger to this day. So you know, I wouldn't be mad about it. You know what's a good song? Wedding Photos. Go check that out, Joey. All right.
Where do
We'll have to listen to it
He
later.
actually knows his catalog. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got that.
he knows he studied this shit. Auckland are well on top. Their pressing is working really well. Wellington building up really similarly to how they have in the first two rounds.
Yeah, and
See Nagasawa kind of rotates out of midfield. Comes a bit wider when they build up.
and it's not like I know it's still a little bit side to side and whatnot, which is pretty reminiscent of like you know classic Corica ball, but it's like there's just a little bit more fluidity up front. I think it's because like you know I think like a big target man is obviously Corica's preference as a striker. It sort of reminds me of how he organised his attack with Adam Lafondra when he was playing at Sydney FC. So you know I don't know. It's not quite as you know, Christian. What would you say Corica ball usually is?
Is bro calling Adam Lafondra a target man? Hang on,
No.
here's a little-
I said that Corica might prefer
tackle,
a
fuck.
target man, but it's reminiscent of when
Oh, you said
Barbarouses and Lafondra
Okay.
are playing up front for Sydney FC, right? So
Yeah,
there's a
well-
bit more fluidity in the runs because they
Well,
don't have that-
my is definitely like closer to a Lafondra kind of Barbarouses
Yeah.
type
yeah,
9.
that's a really good tackle. That is a
I think-
stunning tackle.
I think no. What I would give Corrigan some credit for is that he's not, you know, rolling out a 4-2-2-2, and they're actually playing, you know, they're playing a 4-2-3-1. They're doing something different. Oh man,
Ooh,
trying to bait the
that's
press.
risky. Oluwami did well
Yeah,
though.
this is something you're definitely going to
8%.
see Wellington do all season. They're going to play out like that. They're
Yeah.
going to encourage teams to press right up,
And they want to catch them
With
on
the ball.
transition. Use their pace on the wings
Yeah,
and through the
yeah.
middle as well.
play
And
over, beat the press.
Cross comes
Rogerson.
in, and Rogerson with another chance for Auckland.
How'd you start from Wellington there? Like how is he winning that header there over their centre backs? That's poor.
Maybe a bit nervous. I mean, that's the thing about Wellington we've seen. You can go back to like semi-final, get great ball. Fuck, Nagasawa, here we go.
Here we go. Wellington
Nagasawa.
I'm gonna
able
hold
to
off
come
what I was
straight
about to
back
say
at
because they might
Auckland.
score.
Good
Ball
ball.
pan.
a chance.
No foul here.
They have to be careful, Auckland, as Wellington build a little bit of pressure.
Okay, now they can try and get
Not
some
bad.
territory. But in big games, Wellington. I mean, this is difficult. Like, you don't want to say this because they've actually exceeded expectations so much that even when they're in a big game, like, I don't feel it's like they should be winning it. But we saw like against the Mariners a couple times last season. We saw in the game against Victory, obviously, the semi-final. Like, they do have a tendency to kind of maybe get mentally not be at the races in these types of big games. and maybe that's just a lack of experience.
Cross comes
like
in,
they've
dealt with by
Yeah.
Auckland there.
I think it's Pinecker. Maybe they've got experienced players in their team, but experience actually playing in big derby games or big, finals and stuff. It's different, isn't it? So that's where Auckland could have an advantage today too, because you look at the foreigners that they've got.
I think that
Yeah.
Auckland will have the chip on their shoulder in this one. They're the new kids on the block. They've got to, be impressive, and to get one up over your now closest rivals will be
Still their chain. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure, like what you're saying about like Chiefy's commentary throughout the week, he gave him that chip as well, and he said, "All right, have that. It's okay. We'll take the pressure off us if it's
Wellington
all about you."
Ooh, transition from the corner maybe. Nope, didn't let him out.
It's pretty good scrambling defense by Phoenix.
By Sakai.
That's
Fucking
really
hell.
well done. But Sakai,
Well, you say that, but like Chiefy, as we discovered at the end of last season, Wellington are no strangers to working off chips off their shoulders too. What was it? Was it Coast Watch Football? We might even be listening to this stream with the prediction
Maybe,
that
he
Chiefy
might-
put
he-
up in the yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I
we
think
found out. I think did we discuss it on FPF TV? Yeah, we did last
it
Sunday.
was last week. That video unfortunately got corrupted through a few
Yes.
little teething issues which come up, but we will have clips and we will have some updated videos. So if you don't want to watch the full stream, all the best highlights will be on our socials throughout the week. But yes, continue.
No, but Chiefy does know about Phoenix Gate, of course, with our friend Matt Olson. From so I think Wellington certainly like the ammunition too, for a chip on their shoulder.
I'm not saying they don't
What is
enjoy it,
Gillian
but I
doing there?
think I think
Oh, look at fucking Rufa! Sorry, that was fucking brilliant.
reaction to-
That was like the biggest fucking Brexit. Oh man, and then Payne, love it.
Bang!
Love it.
Oh,
Whining.
sorry, I'm a little bit behind you guys, but fuck me, that's gorgeous football. That is gorgeous football.
Fucking 50-50s.
If you don't like that, you're too woke. All right, come on.
Fucking Daishi. Sorry.
Bit of
I'm
dice
thinking of the utter woke nonsense meme.
Yeah, best meme ever.
Oh, Barbaroussa's trying to spin.
And it's Sutton, but ooh, that was nice. That turned Dan Hall inside out. He went head over turkey, and arse over biscuit in that one. Jesus.
It's biscuit, not cookie, as I was told before the stream started.
Yeah. This guy over here. All right.
I called this Monte Carlo a cookie, and apparently that's not allowed. So.
No.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
it's-
you're a blatant idiot. That's what you are.
No, you just sound like a
You're calling
10-year-old. That's like, I think that's just what it is.
Yeah, you sound like an iPad kid. Literally, I'm eating this Monte Carlo cookie.
Now I've got a chip on my shoulder. Fuck you guys.
Oh, hey.
Well, I hope you call chips and not call them fries or something like that.
Chi-
That's all I
chi-
can
chippy chips.
Yeah,
Chippy chips.
I call them chippies, actually.
Sorry, that's just quoting my goat, Cole Palmer.
Jesus Christ.
What?
What?
How can
Have you
be-
seen the meme? Sorry, I'll do like 10 seconds of Euro Snob book talk. The meme of the thank you for literally changing my life, and then it's like, what?
Why does he... The thing that I find funny about Cole Palmer is, like, his face looks vapid of any sort of personality. Like, it just looks like someone drew him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they just drew a
Listen, bro just goes out there and fucking has a kick about every weekend.
He kind of looks
Zero
like...
thoughts in his brain, just
Kind of looks
football.
like Bevo if he had a buzz cut and was good at football and, didn't do Bevo stuff.
Well, that's a ball.
Oh. Costa.
Is she gay? Oh,
Ooh. Jeez. The
sorry,
defense...
we're so locked in
so
that
locked
this is
into
gonna
the
be
Kiwi
silent for a little bit.
Newey Just Football via YouTube. Tackles are flying in.
Oh,
Just
ball by Ruther.
good to say.
Oh!
Whoa.
Oh, Roosters!
Oh,
Oh! What a hold as well there.
fucking
there?
Ruther, man.
Oh,
Shit released by Paulson.
very close.
Wellington. This is great. This is seesawing. Excellent.
This is that nil or draw that you were talking about pre-game.
See, and neither team's gonna finish their dinner. Watch. That's what I'm taking on here.
Absolutely. I am enjoying. I think this is the first full 90 that I'm going to take in of Chiefy Ball because I fell asleep during the Perth Glory game and I missed their round one matchup. So,
That's poor, mate. There are guys over in New Zealand who stayed up till 1:30 to watch that game.
yeah, okay. I mean,
Right.
not my
Alright.
fault you live over there. Like, I can't help that. You know, that's you can't put that on
My
me.
fault you live in fucking Sydney.
Hey.
All right, Adelaide. Fucking hell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Hey, one of the most livable cities in the world.
Hey.
Don't come at me with that.
The moniker of your city is the city of churches. That's how boring you are.
I don't even care that much about Adelaide. Calm down. Far out. Like you try and act like I'm like some patriot for Adelaide. Like, no, I'm
Wait,
not.
a second ago, you're like, oh, one of the most livable places.
Yeah, exactly. As soon
outta here,
as you found that you were losing, you were just like, no, I'm not even that serious, bro. Why are you taking it so
Oh
seriously?
no, my name's not fucking Antonis Pagonis. Jesus Christ.
Oh, right.
And Toes catching straight.
SA great
At
propaganda.
least he's got principles, alright? You flopped so hard there. That was like the biggest backflip I've ever seen. Fastest backflip. Are you Simona Biles? Like,
I'm on
Jesus Christ. You'd be flipping.
On an FBF TV stream, this is like my once a week of just saying anything that comes to my head.
Yeah, exactly. And you should probably, I think,
that a
mind your words a little bit
foul?
more and stick to your
Oh.
convictions. Ooh.
Oh, poor ball.
Stinking Roofer.
Look at
Nuts.
the fucking 50-50s. Back post.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Hello.
Hit it, Sutton, maybe? No?
Ooh.
good
Jeez.
ball. Hello.
Play off. Roof for first time.
Oi.
Oh.
Costa, a little bit of
Oh, it's a bad foul.
niggle there. Jeez, there might be some cards in this one. Adam Kersey might have his hands full.
There might
Possibly,
be,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. What crowd do you reckon this looks like? This is what holds 33?
Yeah.
Sky?
It looks like about 20.
At least
I think that's
18
what
to
Wellington
20.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what was kind of reported during the week. They were aiming for around 20. So,
And putting all the crowd on the broadcast side is extremely based, and other clubs will follow suit. Brisbane.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure they're on the broadcast side, all right? Like, just
Yeah,
make-
but that's not. I don't actually. We should mention. I'm not too sure if that's a club thing or a Paramount thing. So,
I don't think it might not be either. Like, I mean, it
Yeah.
could be a stadium thing as well, like the stadium
Yeah.
requirements. That
Yeah.
they just open up that half because that's actually with the gate that you enter in. So it might.
I
just be
love how we had one Brisbane home game and straight away, like within 10 minutes, the Perry Park stuff was like just rampant
Wow.
again. Oh god, that's going to be a
Jeez.
foul, surely.
It's
Oh my god,
Oh
what?
my,
There-
what?
Cozy's gonna have to
And then
get
a
control of this with
horrible
a few
ball by
cards.
Mastrate. What?
Cozy's gonna have to get control of this with a few cards very, very soon. Otherwise, someone
This is
genuinely
what I
could
mean
get
about
hurt.
this nil all. This is what I mean about this nil all thing. This could just be like this chaotic nil all. I could see that.
It's peak A-League, though. I can tell you that much right now. Like, with the tackles that are flying in, it just reminds me of, the golden era of, like, Muscat Zajkoviches everywhere. Just, like, hacking each other. Oof.
Man,
That's-
Zakovic is fucking intense. Just watching him last night. Did you see him? Did you see him celebrate the second goal?
Oh, yeah.
The Raphael Stroke goal. Because like it was good. It was a really good press that led to the goal. So as a coach, like you're watching it, going like, yeah, I got it right, sort of thing.
And the sub as well. And the sub score, which is
It was like he was like screaming out like his demons when the ball went in. That's
That guy's got
what he looks like.
a lot of passion, that guy. He's very
Oh, yeah.
passionate. And I like it, not going to lie. I just like it. Those sort of characters are good. And there's a chance from Auckland, sails over.
Galeos. Oh, yeah.
Decent effort. Decent cider just to open up the game, give both teams a little bit of a break there after that.
What? Jack, what do you think of Galeos?
I guess
I'm still a bit undecided of him. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't.
Looks alright, but
Yeah.
I haven't,
I think-
blown me away yet.
he's a
but
serviceable A-League, midfielder, to be honest.
Yeah, he just-
Yeah, I know, but I think the point is that if you're a visa player, you don't want to just be serviceable. You've got to add.
Well,
some real quality.
it's just unfair that you have to play next to the GOAT Rogerson. So, just like, you're always going to be in the shadow.
Vestrade would be the real goat there.
Oh, I don't
Wellington
know.
are- Wellington
I
are
love
starting
Roger.
to-
I gotta say,
Wellington are starting to get
Rogerson
out.
has impressed me so much. Like, coming
Logan
into this
Rogerson?
Auckland side. Yeah, he's impressed me. I think
Yeah.
I like how Rogerson and Gillian are kind of just given this license to be really direct,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of go for it, make mistakes, and they've backed them in by starting him. Like you got to give, definitely got to give
Yeah.
Corrigan
another,
that because
another foul.
as we knew from Sydney FC, you got a lot of criticism for not playing kids, so or younger players. Actually, I'm not too sure how old Rogerson is, but
Well, no,
Gillian
I
is
think
definitely...
Rogerson's 26, 27.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rogerson's older, but Gillian is
Rogerson's-
obviously
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
I
the
think
younger
been around.
wild card
22, I
that
think,
they've
Gillian.
Rogerson's
trusted.
been around. Obviously, he just hasn't
22.
played in the A League before, so
Yeah.
he's new to the league. But he's had
Offers a good outlet, like on that right wing, very direct, very quick. Yeah,
and
what you need.
I think also his delivery is really really good. How he opened up the game with his delivery. Obviously, got that goal in the first game, so that helps a lot.
Here we go. Here comes the booing.
Here they come. That's a pretty good turnout. Good travelling pack from Auckland. I'm trying to remember if Auckland is south of Wellington or Wellington is south of Auckland. I'm not up to date with
Wellington South, isn't it?
I think so.
Christian,
Think
you got a Atlas, my friend. If you got a Britannica, got a big Britannica on your coffee table. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
He's eating. Why are you eating on my stream?
Going for it.
Our stream, champ.
Ow. Sorry, no. I've got the collared shirt. I've dressed up for the occasion. You guys are in the front page football t-shirts. Nah. I'm
Yeah,
schmick.
because that's what you should be in, champ.
I'm schmick. All right, I'm looking fabulous.
Stop testing authority here. Jesus Christ. Give me some real issues.
I am the host. I am the host. I am the law. All right, and
No.
you calling a biscuit a cookie has really set me off.
It's like, that's it.
That's
I fucking
it, I'm
hate
done.
you for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Too
love
random.
from me. No love. Absolutely not.
No, you were saying... No, isn't... Jeez, I think Matt Olsen's going to be really offended if we don't get this right from a New Zealand geography standpoint. But
Wellington, surely south.
no, Wellington is south.
There is in the halftime
I don't even
break.
think I need to look at a map. Like, why... I'm actually... By looking at a map, I actually feel we're offending a lot of people. But
Yeah, someone please
Yeah,
search
I'll
up the
put
map.
predictions.
This is gonna. We're gonna end up.
I've literally got Google Maps. no, Wellington.
We're gonna end up on Chiefy's hype up video after this. Like it's gonna be like a full compilation.
Yeah, no, Wellington. So no, they're both in the North Island, but Wellington's like south of the North Island, and Auckland's right near the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Good stuff.
So
No,
we don't
There we go,
have
Jack.
any football teams. Yeah, because
There's
Christchurch.
there's your big wooden tackle there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Let's go.
Come on, Scotty.
Christchurch is in the
South
South Island, and that would be like the the third potential A League team in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Christchurch FC.
I don't know. Have to see the appetite for this. I mean, this could jumpstart really an addition. It sort of depends, I think. Like, are you going to keep expanding? Obviously, we'll talk about it. We probably won't bring it up now, but we've got the actual format of the national second tier, so you have to also keep an eye on how that develops over the next couple of years, if it develops any further. And when it comes to New Zealand teams, like, you also have to get some sort of agreement, when it comes to uniting the football pyramid. Like, how are you going to do it for New Zealand? It's another logistical problem, but I think that they've got plenty of years. Obviously, the A-League licenses, the ones that were just purchased, i.e. the Auckland one, runs out in 2032. So there won't be any relegation until those years. And if there is any relegation, it'd be, a little bit... I'd find it a bit weird, but we'll have to see how that goes. But that's a whole nother can of worms, which we will unpack in the full-time show. Because
Can we unpack that later and not ruin me actually trying to watch this game by talking about fucking second division?
Yeah,
not because I have issues with it, just because
I'm just
the whole
previewing
fucking
it, man.
discourse around it. Anyway.
I'm teasing. I'm keeping people, come back for more. There's
Love
also
the
going to be. We have to get our New Zealand information right because I'm going to test you at halftime. You two. I might have a little bit of a New Zealand football quiz for you to answer on the occasion, or.
I might be cooked.
I'll just give Ben Sigmund as the answer for a lot of them. Okay. There you go.
That's great. How based was Shane Smelts getting a hat trick in a?
Stop trying to be Matt and using terms like based.
That's not a term. That's not a Matt.
Matt made that. Matt made that word.
He did
Matt
not-
created that word.
I'm pretty sure it's a fairly colloquial term at
Gillian?
this point.
Ooh. See, because now Jack was being like shitty with my cookie whatever
Yeah.
crap. Now I'm gonna like fucking
Clapping back at him.
I'm gonna be clapping back like all day.
All right, I was
I'm just gonna keep instigating between you two. I'm happy to be in the middle here.
You're happy to be.
Yeah,
in
you're
it.
just be gaslighting us the whole time.
I'm just the
Yes.
mastermind, control my puppets. You know what I mean? I'm chilling.
Absolutely. This is a very healthy work environment right now, I think. Like, I would class it as healthy. So, as Auckland keep a hold of possession, the game's sort of a little bit
I think it's settled now.
settled
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It was a bit cagey and obviously some challenges flying in, but now both teams trying to just get a foothold. First 25 minutes, that was
It's
probably...
always the thing, like, people, when you're watching a game, I feel you got to kind of identify when, after about that 10, 15 minute, 20 minute, does the game actually start to settle. Because I go back to, like, the derby last week, Melbourne derby, I didn't feel like that game settled until after Victory went 3-0 up. You know, because, like, they just kind of bang, bang, bang out of nowhere. So, you know, that's why you talk about, like, early goals, how important they are and stuff, too.
Absolutely. Central Coast Mariners still leading Sydney FC in that A-League women's match. It's also going on in the Central Coast.
I think it's interesting the way Auckland are pressing defensively. Like, Gillian and Rogerson are really narrow because they basically just don't want to give up any space centrally to Conchi or Nagasawa or Ishige, Barbarousis. They're happy for the ball to go to the wingbacks. So keep an eye out there. Maybe Wellington will try and exploit that in the wide areas.
Yeah, they're staying very condensed when they do transition into defensive structure. And, you know, there's a few slippery fish on the Wellington Phoenix roster that could...
There's a few Enriques on Wellington Phoenix's roster. What?
Yeah, he's everywhere. Enrique's massive. Everywhere he goes.
Wait, what? Enrique signed for Wellington?
Enrique's back. He's so Jogo Benito, that guy.
Wasn't he? Oh no, we're not going to talk about that fucking exhibition shit last night, are we?
No, let's... I was going to say... it's
Out of protest, can we not?
Well, can we just note that the night before the first Kiwi derby, Shane Smeltz decides to go in a friendly with Ronaldinho and just score a hat-trick? That's so funny. That's the best thing ever. And
What was the score? I literally didn't
Yeah,
like...
I don't even know the
it's
score.
like
either, yeah.
6-3 or something like that. I don't know. I was watching a way better game in Brisbane. But
Exactly.
Hey! I've got receipts of some tweets from Jack Twohill about the
the first
Brisbane Sydney
45
game.
minutes sucked, all right?
No, I agree with you. The
Yeah,
first half was
but
disgusting.
the second half of that match, oh my God. Oh, my heart. It couldn't take it. And
Even the second half was like it was obviously good in terms of goals, but like, what the fuck was Sydney doing? Like that
Yeah.
was my like takeaway from the game.
It was terrible foot, like as in like so much below like what they could be doing.
Yeah, like hundreds.
yeah,
Like,
it's crap.
listen, obviously, you know, if there's any Brisbane people listening, I'm not trying to take credit away from the fact I think Brisbane in the second half pressed a lot better in particular,
Yeah.
and were a lot harder to play against. But
Yeah.
if Sydney, in a lot of these games, I feel this year, if they just play like the fucking 60, 70% of what they're capable of, they should be able to win a lot of games comfortably. Like, I mean, that center Wahim goal was like hilarious. I was literally laughing when he did that. Like, it's just like, what the fuck are these two doing in this league?
Yeah,
Anyway,
Drew poked it into the back of the net, like
And
from
there's
the
a
edge.
chair.
Like,
Oh
that was
my
impossible.
God.
just peters
Free
out
kick.
for Wellington Phoenix there.
oh,
Danger cleared. And a little bit shaky at the back here from Phoenix. They're able to maintain possession. That was
Just about dealt with. I think Hugh? No, it wouldn't.
also speaking of Phoenix defenders, I saw this the other day, but Finn Sermon actually made his debut like a couple weeks ago for
Yeah.
Portland Timbers, but they lost like 5-0 in the MLS Cup playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of a
Must- I was
Shouldn't
going to
have
get
that.
into the MLS this season, and then it was on Apple TV, so I was just like, I could not afford.
Do they have pause and rewind?
I didn't buy it. That's the whole point.
So
But-
to pause and rewind, then that's most important.
Right, yes, of course. And pause and rewind just makes a A-League broadcast, and if you don't have pause and rewind within the first 2 years, like, obviously, it sucks.
Yeah.
But it's alright, we got it now. So, you know,
Exactly.
and we've got heaps of content flying out there. I'm a little bit... As much as I love what the A-Leagues have done in terms of the men's competition on their socials, I'm a little bit disappointed there wasn't as much for the A-League women's. I would have liked to see some more content come out about that. Just
I
because-
wonder if we might see some stuff next week because with the men's stuff, did you guys notice like it kind of started after round one? Like those shows started?
Oh,
Yeah,
it wasn't-
You had the
Yeah.
download. I just like, you know, is Dub Zone coming back? Is that
I think
being renewed?
it is, isn't it? On
Sure.
Sunday, like normal. But I think what's dangerous about something like that is as the APL, you're so focused on the men's side of things in terms of like getting that in order and bringing the best coverage as possible that you almost don't leave enough time or resources and stuff to actually put into the women's side. Hopefully they have. Maybe they've just approached it the same way. But yeah, we tried to do our bit on the pod, of course, by doing a bit of a preview for the dub. And honestly, it's a super, like we talked about the A-League men being unpredictable this year. Like the women is like just as kind of crazy.
Well, there's
in terms of,
genuine match winners at every single team, and
Yeah.
that's something as the Central Coast Mariners through Isabel Gomez have gone 2-0 up against Sydney FC. Live score update.
Wow.
So the Mariners.
Matt Olsen, read it and weep. Fucking hell.
Yeah, he predicted that they will be premiers and premiers only, and they've gone 2-0 down in their very first match. That's disappointing for him, I guess. He might have to come and defend himself at some point.
Well, we got the plug this, but Front Page Double will be returning very soon on the FPF podcast network, so you can listen to the dynamic duo itself.
Absolutely.
Eddie Jada, Matt Olsen, the boys.
Yes. For the dub, it's going to be an incredible season. I can't wait. I'm really, really looking forward to the rest of the games today. So much football. Yes.
You think Matt might get ratioed for the Sydney clip already? After one game?
We'll have to get on the guys in the boardroom about how we're going to approach that social media wise for Front Page Football. I think.
Yeah, we need a communication strategy.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have to.
We need a plan. Yeah.
Will there be a direct apology issued by Matt Olsen? No, it's
instead of just having Wellington fans block us and leave abusive comments. Yeah, like
Right.
like Phoenix Gate.
Oh goodness gracious me! You just love bringing that up. Don't you?
Hey, I'm just starting shit because why not? He goes, yeah, Roofer, man. Fuck.
He's just he's having a good time out there, isn't he?
There is, it's like obvious because of the derby, but really obvious statement. But like the time in midfield there's just none of it. So it's got to be 1-2 touch in there. Otherwise, you're gonna either get chomped or lose the ball.
Chance
So
over the top from. Oh, that's a nice touch. And a chance here for Auckland. Good save and golden opportunity for Auckland to take the lead there.
Ooh,
was
I
Gillian.
think I'm a little bit behind you guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was
No,
Gillian
I
who
got-
rose above.
yeah.
Just couldn't get it on target. That's a really decent effort. That's a nice little attack
I'm gonna
by Auckland.
set my app, but
Aluaemi? Oh my goodness gracious me.
Aloha Yemi.
Yes,
Oh,
that guy.
well, he parried it straight back into,
I think
danger, so-
they caught him a little bit just unstuck on the near post and, couldn't
I think
really
maybe
do much.
I think maybe he's expecting the ball to go near post, so he kind of moved there.
Well,
Good ball by Howison.
I'm just saying in the seconds just before the shot came in, like he sort of had to readjust himself to the near post because he hadn't really quite covered it, and I think that's almost leaked a goal there. Auckland on the attack there as Housing gets a little bit of treatment from the physio. Corica dishing out terms, and look at that crowd, guys. Look at that crowd. That's good to see.
Excellent.
Excellent showing from the Phoenix home support.
Credit to the Knicks. Showed up. Shout out to them.
And
The Phoenix.
I thought I said we weren't doing accents.
Oh yeah,
guys.
fuck.
Come
I
on,
just
man.
remembered that.
Come on,
remember
man. I had one rule: no New Zealand accents.
Sorry, I broke an FPF policy. Am I going to be in trouble? Or
I'm calling HR as we speak.
sorry, we don't have HR here.
Doesn't exist,
Seb O'Neill via YouTube. Liam
Seb,
Gilliam.
he's going to be. Is he going to do this weekly?
I
Seb
don't
O'Neill.
know, but I love when he jumps in. Liam Gilliam, foosball goat. I'm not,
I think he's got to do a bit more before we start using terms like football god.
I don't know what is football. I do not know these.
Football.
It's football. What the fuck?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
if
I
you-
know it's football, but I'm just I don't know what I don't know what it's referring to. I don't know like how.
It's like a. Haven't you seen Joey Lynch use that on Twitter?
No.
Transition.
No. No.
It's just not the Paramount.
Boom, you know, they're just like the.
And the goat says. No.
You know when you fall asleep when it's a late night kickoff at Perth Glory? I'm just like, you know, we'll just go to that screen where your stream has ended.
You know what would be the most insane thing ever? Just be like, I'm gonna go to sleep and put the Paramount out on my noise cancelling headphones and just have it playing in my ears all night as I sleep.
I gotta say, I've said it so many times, but you know, that absolutely craps on these kids looking real nice in the future. Like, come on.
Oh yeah. It's not even like.
And if reports are to be believed that the APL spent $1 million on, I want to see how much money they spent on the GOAT says, because if they got it less money, that's a definite W.
Senator Briggs probably is the GOAT, so he's probably just like, you know what, this works. I'll do this for you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Shout out Senator Briggs.
But it's funny because actually after with the the GOAT stuff, and then I went and checked out the these kids looking real nice sort of thing. There's the music video for it and stuff like that. And it's just like, what the fuck was the APL's plan back then with this shit? It's this kind of content creator sort of vibe that they were going with. I don't know. It was so bizarre. That whole period when you look back on it now.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's definitely...
It was something. It was definitely something. You can say that.
Yeah, but, you
It's
know...
definitely something, yeah.
You know,
That's all I can say.
we're here now, and it's a chance from Auckland, and...
Gillian. Gillian. Oh, the hell?
What's that? About 40 minutes past now.
Still just a cagey affair between both sides. Definitely the better the chances.
My nil-all's looking fucking fantastic. Thanks, guys.
It honestly is, yes.
No, but you know, they haven't got the pitbull on yet, so just wait. Yeah,
Altay.
right, just wait.
I don't know how Altay is going to change a nil-all, but yeah, okay.
He's gonna come on and just
He will definitely
thunderblast.
reinforce that nil.
Reinforce that nil-all. He will make sure it's nil-all.
That is his job.
Yeah.
Keep it nil-all.
Oh, unless the Phoenix
header.
can maybe nab one before half-time as they try and get on the attack here. They're pushing forward. Woody's chiefy cooking here.
What, I was going to ask Jake. Isaac Hughes,
Yeah, I was about to
you
talk
think
about
he could follow, essentially a Finn Sermon story and we could see him emerge either this season or next season?
Yeah, oh no, I think this season he's gonna have a big year. Obviously very different player. He's probably obviously a bit shorter. That's probably the biggest difference you can notice there, but very good technically. That's what I've noticed with Hughes. And even last season, I remember I was got very upset about it, but he was nominated for the Player of the Year award because he finished as
Yeah, I remember that. That was your Callum Talbot moment.
yeah, it was I don't want that to be my known thing with him. I think he's an
Ooh,
excellent.
that's a nice looking ball, and
Maybe
just
this
shouldn't
year
bring
actually
another control.
justify being in those conversations.
Oh, Jesus.
Sort of open it up. Seb O'Neill
Hey,
via
man,
YouTube. Mr. Worldwide to come onto the pitch, angry face. What are you angry about? That'd be the best thing ever.
No, or I think he means angry as in because Altay is going to play angry, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. You have to explain that comment, Seb, because
Ask Seb, can you please give us your favourite Pitbull song? Thanks.
Yes.
yes, yeah. Drop your favorite Pitbull songs in the comments because this is a Pitbull appreciation round.
Hotel room service. What else? Time of our lives.
Give me everything. That's a banger.
Give me everything. International love.
Yeah. Seb's backed up hotel room service.
Okay.
I just like a Pitbull intro, man. Can there just be a song where it's just Pitbull cooking on the intros and the outros of songs?
Look, we need the Jason Derulo moment, but it's actually Pitbull at the A-League Grand Final. We need to do what we can to get him there. If next time, you know what? Just for Jack.
Auckland.
Great ball. Oh, Rogerson.
Couldn't keep his head down there. Yes, continue. Sorry.
If Newcastle went, well, you know what? I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when to be positive. When Newcastle make a grand final again, surely Jack, you're going to do some marketing, some campaigning to get the A-Leagues to bring out Pitbull for the game.
I think you vastly overestimate my social capital.
No, just get like you, Vandy, like all the newy boys. Just pull together. We'll get it
Again,
done.
I'm pretty
All
sure like
football.
I'm the only I don't know football. I don't know if you call me a media personality. I think I'm the only guy on Twitter that talks about football. Oh, that's a chance. Um,
Oh, I'm a
that
few seconds behind you guys, but fuck.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Little sport.
We're here. We're here. At least we're not.
No, that's
all
all right.
behind.
That's fine. You're gonna like react to a goal and then like couple
Oh, Seb
3 seconds
O'Neill.
later, I'm gonna be like, oh my god! It's like
Seb O'Neill has just turned this into the most goated conversation ever. People to come out and do a rap verse on the Paramount Plus goat song. That
we
would
do
be
a-
fire.
oh, no.
That would be fire.
a Pitbull Senator Briggs collab. We need it.
Absolutely. Get it done. Get it trending. Hashtag P plus goat pitbull. I don't know. It's just like talk about it. Get it in there.
So like instead of like it's like and the goat says and then it's like Pitbull and it's like Dale.
And the goat sets dale.
No.
Let's just let's
let's-
just keep people away from.
Well,
Wait. Have you guys seen that thing with people where it's like I think it was like some competition or something? It was like whoever like you have to vote for a place where people's gonna go and perform at a school. And he went to like the most isolated school in the whole world. He actually went. I need to find it. I'm gonna find it.
Really?
that's why he's the goat. That's why he's the goat.
He's actually like a great bloke. Pitbull.
Pitbull has done an Australian collab. We Run the Night, Havana Brown. There you go.
Oh
Yeah, I think I remember that.
yeah.
Yeah.
we
That's
go.
a throwback.
Yeah. I was listening to that like
Yeah,
yesterday or
Pitbull,
something.
man.
Listening to that whilst I was pumping out my uni assignment. Just need
Seb
that vibes.
chiming in. He's loving this conversation. In Alaska, I think it might have been a supermarket. I think he's trying to.
He's loving it. He's getting around it. He's got some time before the Adelaide United A-League women's game at 4:30.
Yeah, you're right. I just saw
It's a nice turn around the corner. Chance for Auckland. A good save. Good save for Oluwami. That's a really good stop. Probably not the tidiest of finishes, but still have to be alive to it as Auckland continue to press onwards.
Well, they're back on top now. These last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're really storming into the half.
I think Wellington. It's interesting watching them. There's a couple things. I think structurally what they're trying to do isn't an issue, and also the principle of it. I think the quality isn't just been there so far, and I think that's going to be, and also like the chemistry between maybe some of the new players and stuff. That's why I kind of thought Wellington were going to take some time this season to build into it. And they have played respectfully Western United and Perth in their first 2 games, not the hardest of opponents yet, and maybe someone who's a bit more structured in Auckland is going to give them a few issues playing out, as we've seen.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty valid point. There's also some lineups now for the A-League men's clash.
Oh, yes. Mariners Perth, right?
Yes, Mariners Perth. So for Perth, the team, how they're lining up is Oisale in goal, Lockie Barr, Brendan O'Neill, Williams, Oyama, Gamuka, Carluccio.
Williams starting?
Yes. Faisal.
David Williams starting, yep.
Yes. Taggart, Kanga, and... Oh, this is going to suck. Liz Holaski. I can't pronounce names.
Yeah,
Lissalaiski.
Lissalaiski.
We've got the linguist himself, Jake Holub, in the chat, so that's great. We love it.
Half time
On the
as
stream.
well.
That's
The Western boy, Western Victorian boy. Gotta show love.
And Seb, just before we take our own halftime break, as it's 0-0 in the cake tin between the Wellington Phoenix and Auckland FC, comes in saying, if I keep commenting, will that qualify me enough to get an FPF shirt next time I see you, Christian?
No.
Straight away, no.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely
No, just
not.
no.
Just
So,
no.
Harsh.
Well, I think that's where we'll leave it for our little halftime break. But
so blunt and brutal. Jeez.
Well, it's all a lot of fun. We'll be right back after this, so don't go away. The second half's coming right up in the very first New Zealand derby, the Kiwi Classico. It's 0-0 between the Wellington Phoenix and Auckland FC. We'll be right back after this. Hello and welcome back to Front Page Football TV. We have an extra special guest now, a fourth member of the FPF team. It is Matt Olsen, all the way out west in Perth. How are you doing this afternoon, Matt?
It is Kiwi history today, and I am in a mood. All right, let's get cracking for a great second half of football.
Well, it's funny you just joined. You joined right on time because I have got perhaps the most coveted segment in FPF TV history. We've been around for about 4 weeks, so that's great. Not even that. It is the New Zealand football quiz. Yes, because of the historic day in A-League history and New Zealand football, I've put together a little quiz. And by I mean ChatGPT did all the work for me, and I'm about to claim credit for it, which is most of AI use these days anyway. But
you didn't read the part in the FPF policy that said you're not allowed to use ChatGPT, or?
Oh, goodness gracious me. Well, that's
put in the fine print. Oh, okay.
That's a bit awkward to bring up live on a broadcast, isn't it, Christian? Anyway, the damage has been done, so let's jump straight back in. And since we've got so many talking heads, it's almost like a Channel 10 production of a quiz show that we will remain redacted for right now. So, I'm talking about have you been paying attention, bro?
Yeah, I know. Just get to the quiz.
Okay, whoa. Okay, so, everyone's buzzer is their name, so you have to yell it out. Just yell it out. Right. Chris, you say Chrissy because it's funny.
Just quickly, anyone else got the Paramount ad on their end?
No, I've not got it once.
No, Jake is completely
okay. Yeah, let's get into the quiz.
Let's get into the quiz. All right, let's
Winston Reid, who scored against Slovakia in 2010. It was Winston Reid.
That's not one of the questions, so shut up. Let me.
Oh.
Okay, whoa. Okay, here we go.
Matt's so keen for the quiz, just starts asking himself his own questions.
Shut up.
Okay. All
right, question 1. In what year did the New Zealand's women's national team first compete at the FIFA Women's World Cup?
2007.
Matt used his name for the buzzer.
I think it was 95.
And that would be absolutely correct. Matt Olsen takes the lead.
Bang.
All right.
Hell.
Okay, here's another one, and I want to see if you guys know this. This is going way back. Which New Zealand player was the first to score in a World Cup match, achieving this feat in 1982?
Supreme leader.
Okay.
Winton Rufer?
No, that is incorrect.
Isn't he oldest?
No, that was around his time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stab in the dark.
Fair enough.
Matt probably knows this. I don't know. More could give a better guess.
I'm going to count you down. 10 seconds. 10.
I don't think I've got it.
No takers.
They scored 2 against Scotland. I know that, but I don't know who scored. I would have thought there was an own goal in there, to be honest.
It is
Chris Wood.
No, and that's actually so. I'll give you a half point because it's Steve Wooden. It's Steve Wooden, and Wood is in the name. So
We take that.
You're gonna take
No,
that.
you don't want. Don't give him a half point.
Yeah, no,
Hey, it's just a bunch of fun. Relax.
No.
Okay.
What the fuck is this? I'm a competitive guy.
Okay.
Hey, you're bottom now, buddy.
Here we go. We're going to a little bit more recent times. What was the final score of New Zealand's match against Italy during the 2010 World Cup?
Supreme leader 1-1.
That is correct.
Bang.
Christian
Too
goes
quick.
bang.
So what is my buzzer?
Your buzzer is your name.
I clearly went first. Then all right, whatever.
Get out of here, Matt.
Whatever.
You were late. Both times. Okay, question 4. Which New Zealand city hosted the final of the 2008 FIFA Under-20 World Cup?
Matt,
you've got the
yeah, I believe it was at one of the kind of like temporary grounds in Auckland.
That is absolutely correct.
Trust
Matt
Arena, I
takes
think it was.
Matt takes the lead hit on 2 points.
Fuck, man.
Christian's on
Why do we
1.
get him in here? It's unfair now.
I'm ahead of you, Jake. Get on the
Okay.
bottom, buddy.
Question
Come on,
5. Who captained the New Zealand men's national team during their unbeaten run in the 2010 FIFA World Cup?
Matt, Rory
Yes.
Fallon.
It was Ryan Nelson.
Bro, I was 7.
Wait, whoa. Why he answered, but he didn't get it right? So why didn't someone else get a chance to answer it?
Because I'm not a good host, apparently.
Yeah, you're fucking terrible at this. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Right, come on, more recent
Did you know it was Nelson because he was playing for Blackburn at the time?
No, I had no idea, but I was going to
okay.
have another guess. That's all.
Rory Fallon might have been. I know he was the number 9 at the time.
Okay. Question 6. What is the highest FIFA ranking ever achieved by the New Zealand men's national team?
Christian, 41st.
That would be incorrect.
That's way too high, isn't it?
Wait. If we answer, are we out? Or
Yes, you're out. They're running.
all right, I'll just go. Jake,
Yep.
48.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Please
I think it's like a higher or lower thing. Yeah.
You are both too low, in fact.
Well, then if I go third, I just win by default going higher, which I won't do.
Wait, when you say higher or lower, so I mean,
No,
like,
you only get the points if you get the correct answer.
yeah, obviously.
All right. Would you like to jump in here, Matt, or are you going to pass?
Quick, we gotta go.
because-
Otherwise, the second half's about stuff.
To be honest, no, I'd be cheating at that point, so don't worry about it.
Okay, well, it's actually 13th. That's as high as they've ever placed in a
What
FIFA
the
Cup. Yeah,
fuck? What?
yeah, absolutely. This will be the last question to take the points. I think Matt's on 2, Christian's on 2 as well, and no, he's not. He's on 1. And
0.5.
Jake's on
Yeah, I'm on
0.5. Which New Zealand club has the most national championships in the New Zealand National League era?
Christian, Auckland City.
Christian levels up at 2-2. Tiebreaker between
Get
the
in
two,
there. Get
between
in
Matt
there.
and Christian. In which year did New Zealand win the OFC Nations Cup for the very first time?
Go, Matt.
Nah.
Yes.
Crickets.
Come on.
Crickets.
The second half has begun, by the way.
96.
It was Matt. Christian, you want to jump in here?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. 2000.
No, it was 1973. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
That'll do. It ends in a draw.
That's so close, man.
Oh, goodness
all
gracious me.
that suspense for Matt's answer, and he was like 20
And
years off.
Christian predicted a
I
draw
genuinely
for
couldn't
this.
figure it out.
Predicted a draw for this match between Wellington Phoenix and Auckland City. It's been a draw in our most coveted quiz segment ever because it's our only quiz segment.
If this ends in 0-0, then I like win the quiz then, because it's like, you know.
Sure, you can win the pride of winning the very first quiz. I might do these
That's
things
right.
every week, just like between the two teams. Just like go, hey, let's have a little bit of a quiz. See
Yes.
if you know your Oz/New Zealand football, because that would be awesome. Anyway, Matt, we didn't get quite
Benny Sigmund. Is it Benny Sigmund?
It's no.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
That came out a little bit too British, champ.
Sorry.
Again, I didn't I stayed far away, and I did have some. It wasn't in the brief to be using these accents. So I want to say I tried my best, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I tried my best. Matt, how have you seen this first half? Because you haven't been on the stream for obviously as long as Jake and Christian. So I'd like to hear your thoughts about who's currently on top of the match.
I think both teams are obviously executing the game how they kind of want to, right? And I think knowing the two managerial styles at play, the tactical way they want to play, I think we're always kind of heading for this, this frustrating stalemate, right? So
See?
I think it's
That's what I
been
said.
exactly how you'd kind of want it to have played out. But there is going to be a bit of an X factor at some point, be it someone like a Marco Rojas or a Jake Brimmer, someone I feel is just going to be coming off the bench and offering that kind of plan B or plan C to really kind of revamp it into something that hopefully doesn't end in a 0-0 draw. I don't want those metrics. I want some history. I want someone to win this.
Brimmer's probably going to come on, and when he comes on, if he looks poor, like I'm going to start some uncomfortable discourse around him. I'm
Well,
just going to,
look, I'm going to be honest.
because
with you.
round one I was not impressed.
No,
against Brisbane.
but we're talking about a guy here who, outside of the year that he actually won the Johnny Warren medal, has actually he's not
Not actually being that impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was very confusing when he was kind of named as that one of the first kind of major signings for the club, because he's the idea that Corica could just turn him into his Melbourne Victory self like that on a whim is crazy to me.
Well, one of the things they talked about with the signings was it was about getting obviously the Kiwis in first, particularly the Auckland natives, but then also guys with championship experience. So like Dan Hall, Scott Galloway, and I mean, Brimmer actually hasn't won the championship, but he's won the premiership. I want to
Australia
say
Cup?
Yes,
at Glory.
Perth.
And Australia
Yeah.
Cup, yeah.
So, and I guess maybe Australia Cup. So he has won trophies. But yeah, that was one of the things that they kind of prioritized their recruitment too. They've been open about that. It's been-
I just feel really bad for Jake Brimmer, because I think when he had that really, really good season with Victory, everyone was going, oh, this guy could end up in Europe in the next year or two. Like that was the trajectory he was on, and then through injuries and then just a poor run of form, it sort of all petered out. But, I think it's just good that he's getting some minutes. Just another score update from around the grounds. It's currently 3-1 at Central Coast Industry Group Stadium between the Central Coast Mariners and
Matt, your response,
Sydney
please.
FC Women's. Bianca Galich
comment.
with that third goal. Matt Olsen, care to respond? No response at all. He's not going to pay it.
Bianca Galich, the new Croatian international. There you go.
Yes. As Georgia Rajic has said, Bianca Golic, which is a really, really good.
Well, all right. Well, how about to Matt? On the flip side, since Sydney FC clearly aren't going to start well, Mariners though maybe better,
yeah. Look,
And-
better than expected.
It is full time at Industry Group Stadium. The scores are 3-1 for that one, so the Mariners getting.
Take that L, Matt. Take that
yeah,
L.
look,
Take it home.
in that sort of scrum that you're going to get from kind of the expected top 3 or top 4 sort of downwards, which again, that's kind of ironic to put Sydney ahead of them, given that they obviously have taken the win. But again, just if you use that kind of power ranking system that I think, should be the expected target for where teams will finish, Mariners are staking their claim to be in the upper echelon, and we saw from Western last night. If you're a team who's just kind of in that middle to upper tier, it's exactly how you want to be starting the season.
Flash across the
so
goal.
fair play.
And
Head
it looks-
clash.
Yeah, head clash here. Adam Kersey
Ooh.
drawing on
My.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. Yeah, it's busted him right open. This looks
Oh,
quite
gamble.
ugly.
Jesus.
That's an ugly clash. We'll just
By the way, pretty cool
Don't like
that
seeing that. I
got
don't like
both-
seeing that.
Oh.
see the replay.
Oh, that's
Oh
bad. That's
man,
bad.
what the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Jeez.
getting
Who's the
gruesome
Wellington
with the
player?
boys, hey?
Is it Wooden? I think it's
Yeah, I
Wooden.
think Wooden, yeah. Heard the-
Well, I think we might take this opportunity as a break in play to go back to the YouTube comment. Seb O'Neill, hey Christian, big fan. What is your opinion of the Adelaide Christmas pageant being held today?
What did he say? What did he say?
He said, what is your opinion of the Adelaide Christmas pageant being held today?
Adelaide.
I had absolutely no idea the Adelaide Christmas pageant was on today. That's my opinion.
Massive news coming out of Adelaide. there.
Seb, keep them coming. We're absolutely enjoying.
I am not what you would call like a fucking proud South Australian or something like that.
Breaking news: Christian Marchetti is not hashtag SA great. He's
Possibly not. Yeah, possibly not.
Absolutely.
I'm actually hashtag Australia great. There you go.
Yeah, your hashtag shut up, mate.
And
That's
yet
what
you're
I
sitting
think.
here, you're sitting here making a big deal out of Kiwi football. So are you really hashtag Australia great?
It's a good one from you.
Damn. Get some shots.
When I say Australia great, I mean in my football views, I'm Australia great. I like to look at the the whole picture, not just in the confines of the South Australian area. So suck on that one, Seb.
Jesus Christ! I don't know if you really want to. Let's not get too many detractors. We are still a new bird.
Seb will not detract. Seb loves me too much. He won't click off. He's all good.
As it looks like both the Auckland and Phoenix players have gotten their treatment. Who went down there? It was
Mayan Wooden, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
Gomo May.
yeah.
Seb
My
O'Neill
word.
via YouTube. Do you think Mr. Claus is coming early these days?
I'm actually not looking for anything in particular for Christmas this year. So
Front page
yeah.
Christmas has been unleashed. You know what I hate about
I think actually, you know what? I think these Monte Carlos were for Santa. So there you go. I've got onto them early.
and you ate them.
Cookies.
And you called
Yeah.
them. You ate them, and you called them cookies. Nah, you're not invited to the function, bro. You're.
That's
The function, the secret FPF function.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
invited
it.
to.
Yeah, not
Also,
it.
like the secret FPF group chat, which there definitely probably is one.
Surprisingly, there isn't. We're not that treacherous.
You've already tried to run that line on us before. What do you think? We're sitting here with the fucking anti-Christian brigade.
The I Hate Christian Marchetti Club, sponsored by Front Page Football.
All right, this is turning into bullying. I now feel bullied.
It does. Oh, come on! You can't just make your bed and not lie in it. Come on, man. Like, relax. We love you. We love
The
you.
great thing here is but the great thing here is that, I'm still the boss here. So if I just feel like, I'm upset, then I could just say I'm upset.
All right.
That's
big
it.
guy.
Just saying.
Big guy.
Big guy. Oh. Well, that was really funny. Seb also asked if there's going to be an FPF Secret Santa. I don't know. Should we do a Secret Santa? I reckon that'd be cool.
That
How are we gonna-
the
Yeah.
logistics of that are going to be a
The
nightmare.
logistics.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Logistics wise, that's I don't know about that. I like the idea though.
Secret Santa. I'm gonna like get Matt and like try and post something to Matt, and fucking WA is gonna get it like a week later from Christmas. Possibly.
How about you just post it before Christmas so it gets there in time?
How about I'm not paying for the posting fees just for some little Secret Santa thing? All due respect, Matt.
And this is the leadership that we have been, crying
Yeah,
out for.
efficiency and common sense. That's your leadership. How about that?
You know what? You know what'd be funny?
Oh,
though?
Nathan Walker. This should be fun.
This is going to be fun.
Ponchi off.
Yeah, do you know what's really funny? We just saw a head
Ponchi
clash, a
off.
sickening head clash between
Me and Jake are in the what is Chiefy cooking phase.
Yeah, I'm sort
Can we
of.
just can we just clarify something? It's Roa Conchi, yeah. He's
Yeah, I saw that
honoring
change.
he's honoring his mother's Maori.
That is yeah. That's true.
But if we sorry, just to completely go off topic, if we did do Secret Santa, I'd want it to be like humorous gifts. If we just like made humorous football merchandise or something, that would be
Yeah, like so you want the Derulo top or like the
yes.
like or like a CD of Joe Chandler's
Poster of
latest album.
Ben Sigmund.
Matt, I mentioned this in the first half. Matt, do you think that Joey Chambliss has an agreement with Auckland where it's like 1 month rapping career, 1 month playing?
Oh, goodness gracious me. That's a foul. Two Phoenix and Auckland players down again. It's really
Yellow?
starting to... Yeah, it's
Ooh.
yellow cards coming up.
You can see why Ali Reza Fagani wasn't flown over for this game.
Yeah, there'd be a few red cards for you talking tos, I think.
Hey, that was
Yeah, I mean, it's all happening down at the Cake Tin. And a few injuries
I didn't
there.
see what happened.
yeah, I know.
Are they gonna
It's
show a
so,
replay?
it's so weird. You just see players on the floor and yellow cards. And...
Here we go.
Is that a yellow?
I think it's
I think it's a knee.
yeah,
It's
I
his
think
knee.
it's the knee
Right.
that
Yeah.
they've got the yellow.
Also, he's got a new top on. Gamma my
Number 40.
yeah. Ooh.
Typical 9. Number 40.
9.5. Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna have
also
to tune in here
just-
with Wellington
That-
to see if they've changed up maybe their system a little bit with Walker coming on.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Whilst
see
we-
that.
Look at this throw in. The lineups are in for Central Coast Mariners. Brett Cullen starts in goal. Kaltak, McCalmont, Quoll, Docker, Moraga, Steele, Tap, Kasevsky, Paul, and Brantman. Filling out-
Kasevsky, whoa.
Yes,
Yeah.
getting
All
the
right.
nod.
First start.
Bang.
Getting
It's a
the
bit
nod.
North starting.
No.
No.
Nor is on the bench. The bench for them is Paslovic, Fajau, Rue, Nor, Harrington, Ermers, and Edmondson. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know if I can read.
Ermers.
And Canberra United have just gone 1-0 up against
Did
a
you
player...
call Hayne Eames?
Hey,
Ermers?
Ames.
Hayne Eames.
Yeah, Ames. My bad.
Oh, won it.
It's
Ishige.
already 1-0. Maya Markovsky has...
Play him.
Markovsky
Kosovo.
goal.
Markowski scored already.
Markovsky
Bang, Matt.
Great. Vic,
Suck
great.
on that one. Bang.
Oh, goodness.
You know they're playing Brisbane, right? Like it's not a, it's not a, not a game
Hey.
where you think, oh, Canberra's
goal.
really
They all count for my agenda, so it's all good.
Seb O'Neill via YouTube. Hey, Christian Van Dyke Marchetti.
Hey Seb, how about let someone else comment? Good idea.
The fact that no one else is commenting, we're just going to have to keep going back to him. Have you told the rest of the FPF group about our more particularly your five-a-side exploits?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I haven't.
Christian, how much are you paying this guy? There's a chance here in the box.
Oh my god.
That's the best
So
chance of the
close from Insige.
Oh, Shige has to score. Jesus Christ.
Yushige.
Fucking Roof is the goat.
Hates.
Nah.
Nah.
He just what? So what happens here? So they win the ball off the press, great win, and he just goes himself.
Oh. Go with your foot.
Dan Hall has no idea
would
where
he dive-
Shige is. My god.
What are you diving header there? What the hell?
What, you think he should just finish with his feet?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's have a
What are
look.
you doing?
Thaddeus McFarlane via YouTube.
Yeah,
Love you
what the
guys.
hell? Just sweep it in. I know.
What the
Oh man.
Guys, we've got some love here from Thaddeus McFarlane. Love
We got a different commenter.
Yeah, Thaddeus, thank you very much for joining us. Let's stay on the
Ciao,
line,
Thaddeus.
ask us some questions. As Auckland get back on the attack here.
Thaddeus, hold on for 1 second.
And it looks like this game's just about to open up. Like,
I know. Cooking.
Let's do it.
Chiefy went bang with that sub. He's like, I'm opening it up now.
Yeah, Nathan Walker. Yeah,
So it looks like Nathan Walker.
yeah, it's like a
Is Nathan Walker playing up front with Barbarousas?
Not even close to being the most famous Nathan Walker, by the way, but that's all right.
Yeah, he is. Nathan Walker's playing up front with Barbarousas. They might have gone to like.
ooh, is that a save by Paulson?
Oh,
Did
no,
that
no.
hit the bar.
No,
Oh, he's playing as the right midfielder.
Yeah,
Jake,
he's just
yeah.
pushing further up though.
But he's
Yeah.
pushing further up. So
Yeah,
they've got Ishige, Barbarousas, and Walker sometimes.
So it's like a full
Actually,
3-3.
or Ishige and
No, it's-
Walker playing either side of Barbarousas essentially.
Yeah,
It actually is more attacking now. So it's
Yeah, it's
interesting.
a 4-3-3. I think is that Sheridan that stepped up into the midfield?
There's still it's more of a
Yeah.
3-4-3. Oh, was that handball?
Oh, and there's a handball shout waved away by Adam Kersey. Wow, this game
Wow.
is
It's all happening.
I see now.
What did Thaddeus say, Jack?
Thaddeus update. That love he sent earlier. It says message retracted, so it's been retracted.
He was like, fuck you guys. You didn't say my comment as soon as I actually commented.
I don't know. Yeah, he's retracted the message. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but Thaddeus, really sorry for offending you.
I'm sure that wasn't Thaddeus Young, the NBA player.
Yeah, shout out Thaddeus
He's
Young.
already gay.
Power forward of dreams.
Thaddeus Young.
We're just
Good player.
covering all realms of sport here on FPF TV, aren't we? Goodness gracious me. But please, join us in the comment section. Ask some questions, legitimate questions. There are legitimate questions to ask about this game, but we will answer everything.
Let's see. No, you can't give that.
No.
You can't give that.
It'd be extremely
Hands
hard.
by his side. He only moves the arm when the ball hits it. So
Yeah,
I think that would be way too harsh.
yeah. It seems like they're a lot more laxed with handballs so far.
I was going to mention as well, like we noticed that Auckland are going towards the Port and the Phoenix going towards Yellow Fever in the second half, which is great.
True.
Mm.
Point.
That is brilliant.
Nice that worked out.
So-
The Vries,
Francis.
the Brexit fullback. Get the ball in.
No, what is it with New Zealanders loving like tall left-footed players taking all their set pieces? Like Kelly Heald for the mids and De Vries here. Like, what is it with them?
Is that
But the Vries and Pinecker, I mentioned it like in the first game. We were talking during that Brisbane game, and just like they've really taken to this level quite easily, to be honest. Like they should have, been playing a lot earlier.
Collar on. Very attacking.
Kola! All right.
So that's
And-
probably 4-4-3 now.
Ruben Zakovic's favorite player. Let's check him out.
yeah,
Sorry.
it looks like it's going to be a.
I think that meme's
4-3.
tied now, but yeah.
But Stefan Kolakowski in a derby has been chucked on for the Phoenix.
Well, Stephen Kolakowski in a derby is usually a good thing, Jack.
Exactly.
Go back to his Melbourne City days.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Baller.
that's what I was trying to refer to, but I wasn't as eloquent as that language. It was
That's right. Your
What's he
hosting
wearing a black
skills, your
armband
hosting
for?
skills will get there soon. Don't worry.
ha 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 ha.
What an asshole.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Just on the topic of that Mariners 11, did we want to talk about their opponents at all? No, you're right. That would
We
be a
Yes.
shit
did bring it up.
Well, you open the let's talk about it. I'm feeling optimistic today.
idea. Yeah, all right, Christian.
Oh goodness gracious me. Matt. Look. I mean,
I actually know this is a live broadcast and it's really awkward. My mobile phone is not on me, and I would have to leave to go and pick it up. So I don't know if you want me to do that. So
as
I can
long as
actually
it's
look
not a
at the 11
KFC
and
zinger
talk
box,
about
mate,
it.
we don't mind. Sorry.
Just going back to some trial FPF TV streams.
Oh, not even a trial FPF TV shows. It was a real one.
A real FPF TV stream with
Yeah,
the Matt was getting some
back
KFC.
when we took on the grand final rematch.
What about when we went to Oh, that's a
decent looking
interesting
ball?
second ball, my.
Good away.
Oof.
Oh.
What were they cooking?
What was
there?
it
I'm
when we
not
went
sure.
to when we went to Sydney for our boy Cody Ajada's wedding, and then we went to KFC on the Sunday, and Matt absolutely smashed. What was it? What was that box of like fucking?
The slab. I had a whole slab to
A
myself.
whole slab.
Go, man.
Matt-
And he was smashing this
And
thing. I
that
was like,
is
whoa.
now your
It was
official-
like the Shack. It was like the Shack. I wasn't familiar with the game name.
It was quite a performance, I have to say, Matt. Oh,
Oh,
and a
good ball.
chance.
Oh.
It's still bouncing around in the
Oh, well done
box.
by
Phoenix not really sure what to do with it. Yes, that is your now, I think, official FPF TV nickname, Matt the Slab Olsen. Oh, goodness me.
The slab.
We like to have fun.
Forward.
around here,
Play
don't we,
forward.
guys?
Play forward.
Christian, they can't hear you.
I know, but this is what I do when I watch games by myself, so leave me alone.
Yeah. As if you don't fight the masculine urge to sit there in front of the screen and start pointing and giving directions.
100%. Like, who doesn't do that when you watch a game? I'm just not even joking. Like, what?
Some more team news coming out from the A-League W for Adelaide United. Jenkins, Hodgson, Leon, Tolan, Tonkin,
Yep.
Tolan
McNamara,
starts, good.
Morgan, Dewey, Condon, Healy, and Warts making up the starting 11 with Grove,
Words,
Wilson,
mate.
Whoa, okay.
Spare a thought for Cody Ajada here, who called her warts on the Front Page Dub podcast he and Matt did with her last season.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
That was a good chat. That
With
was a
Grove,
Yeah.
Middleton, Karambassis,
Miley Grigg?
Mullen, and
Miley
Grigg
Grigg?
on
Miley
the
Grigg.
bench.
Miley Grigg on the bench.
So that rounds out the
Matt, watch out for Miley
Adelaide
Grigg.
United.
I've
I'll
been
just
told.
try and bring up the Melbourne
Now,
victory.
victory.
Collar. Oh,
Started.
this is now all about like who's better in either box. It feels like.
Well,
Yeah.
Christian.
Oh,
I,
shit.
I hate admitting you're right, but so far you're very much correct in terms of it being an entertaining 0-0.
That's why I'm the guy. That's why I'm the boss. Thanks.
For Melbourne victory in the very same match coming out from the dub, it's Nubon in goal with Flannery, Bunge, Morrison, Pickett, Murphy, Chidiac, D. Apollonia, Jansevsky, Lowe. I don't know if I said that wrong. He said that right, and Gilnick. In the
Sophia
starting
Sakalis on the bench then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
all right. That's right. She'll be a good impact sub.
Where's Ella O'Grady on the bench?
On the bench as well. along
Okay. Just thinking about my my takes from our pod during the week, Matt. Just, you
Yeah,
know,
no, I mean Sakalis is one
certain
for
certain
victory, but-
agendas. Yep.
Also with Candy, Curtis, and Breedis on the bench. So that rounds out the
Okay.
Melbourne victory team.
I think
For
Adelaide
that
can
one.
win that game.
Yeah.
I feel.
Where are they? Are they
might
playing at a
start well.
Jeps Cross?
Yeah, they're playing at Service FM. It's a really nice facility. I like it.
And of course, you can check out that full dub preview on the Front Page Football Podcast Network via Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. Isn't that right, Christian?
I'm not sure if it's actually wherever you get your podcasts. I think it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
Okay.
That's the three.
Well,
So,
What other places do you get your?
well,
podcast?
no, there are a lot of podcasting like services. So I don't. It's yeah. But sure,
Oh.
let's do wherever you get your podcasts.
Altay.
Altay, Pitbull.
yeah,
It's time.
he's on. It's Starlight
People
time,
Time
baby.
to reinforce that nil all.
Clap him on. Clap
Get in
him
there.
on. It's our first Pitbull moment of the season. Mohammed, no one else is
Matthew.
going to clap. Oh.
No, sorry, man.
I was barking. Is that not enough?
Were you barking?
We haven't been listening like to the commentary of this game, but I wonder how like isn't it interesting for like Jason Pine and Spoonley like having to really play both sides for a game like
Yes,
this? You know,
yes.
yeah.
No,
I know.
I'm actually getting quite a loud audio feed over, but
Okay.
I'm maybe 45, 50 seconds behind with
Transition.
With the stream there. So
Auckland trying to get forward. So they pull up.
I was thinking about that during the week, kind of like, yeah, better make sure you play both sides, otherwise I already saw Jacob
A
Spoonley
chance that
getting
just
abused
goes
in like a
wide.
Wellington group for his commentary of like it was the Auckland's first game against Brisbane, like he was saying like some sort of comparisons where he was basically like dismissing the Phoenix and yeah, Phoenix fans were getting fuming. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's good. I think
like
the media
love the
apparatus.
partial. I love the partial.
Media
content.
apparatus with New Zealand, especially from a rugby sense, and I know that this is a very unfamiliar audience I'm speaking to right now, but when you have that kind of North and South Island dynamic, where the Crusaders have been such a dominant force in rugby union for a long time, it's actually nice to have that direct level of Auckland versus Wellington specifically as a North Island, but a greater New Zealand rivalry as well. I think it's one that is really not talked about as much in mainstream Kiwi culture, so it's cool to see.
Let him cook. Yeah.
Absolutely. I've had an ear on the commentary, and I think it's been pretty impartial, I'd have to say, and thoroughly entertaining. Credit
I think
to the Sky
Piney
Sport New Zealand team.
Piney has been trying to build up like the moment so he can deliver a line that really has like a long-term legacy.
For sure.
And
Piney's getting into like his Peter Drury bag this year. He's definitely
Yes,
been like,
chance
He is.
for Auckland.
but
just
the
got
issue with that is that while a 0-0 result is playing out, he's just kind of trying to cook up to something and it's not coming.
he's like,
so
can
it's
one of
like-
you actually score? Thanks.
Well, Auckland have a corner in a pretty good position here. Scott Wooten able to get that
Gillian.
out. And will be Gillian to whip it in for Auckland.
Okay.
This one play out as we approach the 70th
All right,
minute
this
of
is it.
play.
This is the moment. Verstrata header. Bang.
No.
And it's punched away and just gotten away by the Phoenix. And can they get something on here
Ooh.
as they try to break in transition?
She
Long
go.
ball's played forward. Paulson has to come out. It's gone straight up in the air.
Paulson, way! What the fuck was that?
And it sort of just peters out. Interesting goalkeeping technique from Alex Paulson. Nick Rojas on Twitter. I kind of agree with this, and maybe you'll agree with this as well. I'm convinced this derby ends in a scrappy own goal or dodgy pen. No in between.
Yeah, it could be something like that too.
It's the game looked like it was going to open up, in the 50th to about 65th minute, and
Maybe there's a little bit of ball don't lie from last week carrying over, and Auckland conceded a controversial penalty in the last minute because the Pinnaker goal
That
probably
would be
shouldn't have
football
stood.
heritage. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a bit of karma there, possibly.
Moreno's on.
Moreno, okay, we're gonna get
And
a good
Brimmer.
first look at him. I'm intrigued.
So a few.
Big double
And
side.
Brimmer, I'm not that excited, but yeah.
To be fair, he technically has an assist for that Pineapple goal, which I don't get because I think it was deflected anyways. But he got the assist for it.
No, I mean, when it comes to set pieces, he's still elite. Yeah, that should be mentioned. That's fair enough.
Here's a question. What
Bro's basically just James Ward-Prowse's point.
what kind of trophy?
Yeah, it's like he's just set pieces and that's it.
I have a question.
Anything.
I want to get some ideas. What kind of trophy should we have to honor the Kiwi Derby? We have the
like
block of-
the F3
Yeah,
derby has the yeah.
Well, you know there is one, right?
Is it?
Oh, is
Wait,
there?
is it called the El Bajico?
I don't even get that.
Did anyone
I didn't
see that
see the
meme on
trophy,
Twitter
Yes,
from
I
Run
did.
Them
It was-
Memes this
yes.
week? That was so funny.
Yes. It was yeah, well, yeah.
El Bajico.
There actually is a trophy, and again, it's plays a lot on the Modity design, but it's also got like some sort of symbolic rock in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, try and look it up if you can.
I did not see that. So obviously,
And then they also announced that they're going to try and introduce a Maori name for the rivalry as well, which I have to be honest, I'm not too keen on it because the literal translation of it is something like from the north to the south, which if you're looking at getting a Christchurch team playing out of one New Zealand stadium once it's built, that's kind of just defeats the purpose of giving
And
it
it's
a
not
name
like
that.
Wellington isn't south, right? It's just south of the North Island.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't really make sense.
No.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Because I think I briefly mentioned that before, but is there like some sort of buzz around like a possible third New Zealand team in the future, like in Christchurch?
Well, here's the thing. I think because the aftermath of the earthquake in Christchurch has basically meant that the biggest sporting team in New Zealand, in the Crusaders, has had to play out of a temporary stadium for the last decade and a half, right? What them finally getting a stadium built is really, really impactful for sport in the South Island. You look at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, they had to use that Glasshouse Stadium in Dunedin. I think it's beautiful scenery, nothing against it, but having to put a World Cup venue in Dunedin obviously hampered New Zealand's ability to engage with it, right? And I just think that all of the major football codes in New Zealand are gonna really be thrilled to have this new stadium built. It's an opportunity to look at A-League expansion.
Go on,
but
Gillian.
it's also a rugby league franchise playing out of there to represent the entire South Island. It's rugby union having All Blacks games there that are just going to be a massive successful event regardless of who they play and the circumstances around it. So I just think that it's mostly to do with the stadium as much as it is football infrastructure in the South Island. But Yeah, it is probably something where, we could look at it going forward, absolutely. Because does the A-League want to build itself to, an 18, 20 team league, or does it want to stop at 14? Like, what is the idea going forward?
Yeah. Again, I think we discussed this a little bit earlier. We are going to have a wider discussion about the national second tier in our full-time show. Some other games go on for a little while, but it's going to be interesting how logistically, adding New Zealand teams as New Zealand football grows, what's going to happen. Because I suppose the Women's World Cup has had a pretty big effect. I think that having a New Zealand derby of sorts is definitely going to push the popularity of football into levels. And also having, a Patriot in Chris Wood, playing in the Premier League and being one of the most elite strikers
Definitely
in that
helps,
league,
yeah.
it definitely helps them. So that's how. But it's also 2-0.
He's literally going to win Player of the Month, by the way. Like he absolutely should.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's 2-0. By the way, in that A-League women's matchup, Canberra versus Brisbane with
Maya.
Mary Stanek-Floody making it 2 for Canberra. So
There you go.
Brisbane
Maya assist.
Raw. With
I
a lot
have
of work to
some
do
extra
early on in that game. In
Commentary on this regarding New Zealand expansion is that in the same way that the AFL and NRL and cricket, other sports in the Australian landscape.
Careful with the Sharon Ball talk. Be very careful.
This is a very serious point. So if you just stop joking for 2 seconds, okay? The landscape in Australia, right, is one that's built on a bit of hostility between the codes for whatever reason. Some people like it, some people hate it. It is what it is. In New Zealand, the Super Rugby and the NRL as direct competition as football codes have never, ever, ever had hostility towards soccer. They've always embraced it.
Soccer.
It's why the soccer. I'm not going to do the Kiwi accent thing. I don't even know how I would do that. So, but no, look, I just
Swung
think
and
that
dropped by Oluwemi.
Ooh.
Just shaky moment there, but
Also attendance 26,000.
Oh wow.
yeah, that is a huge stadium then.
that
because-
is half the stadium's capacity.
Oh,
So
is it a
Half
50,
the no, whoa, no.
That's not a 50,000 seater.
That's like
Yes,
a
it is.
33, yeah.
I thought it was. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, are you sure?
Come on, bud. No,
Pretty big. Wait, I'll search it up.
I think it's like
Jake's on it.
35.
Jake is on it. But yeah, that's a wow. That is
34,500.
Yeah, 34. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. My bad.
Come on, mate. Far out.
But
Looks
that's
massive.
a massive turnout in Wellington there, and hopefully, I think I brought this point up. Just we'll go back to what Matt was saying about New Zealand football and how it fits in the landscape. But Christian and I just ran over the potential of a game like this to boost Phoenix crowds just as well, artificially.
Sure.
To get more of the mainstream casual interest in the Wellington Phoenix in the capital there in New Zealand.
And of course,
which would be
it helps that they're successful, right? Like, let's not beat around the bush. This game, give another 5-6 years down the road, depending on how the teams are performing. Look, it's probably every single New Zealand derby is not going
Great
to.
football. Play.
Oh, that's brilliant football.
Oh,
from
that is
Wellington
such good
Phoenix.
football by Wellington.
That is so
Oi.
good. And they're on the transition
3v2,
here, on the
3v2.
march. There's a chance here. Oh, and a chance goes begging. That is some beautiful.
Oh my god, that would have
football
been
from
fucking
Wellington
goal of the
Phoenix.
season so far for sure.
That would have been I dare say that there probably wouldn't have been a better goal this season. That was some
No, but what
awesome
was hilarious about that is I was literally just about to make a comment. I noticed Auckland, the way they're pressing is actually really similar to how the Mariners have pressed for a long time, under both Montgomery and Jackson, where they split the sixes. So one basically presses closer with the nines, and the other one sits in the hole. And Howison took Roofer out, but then Wellington just played down the side instead. And that's what they want to do: draw the press in, bait it in, play, get the ball into one of the nines, bounce back, and then it's a free for all. In a 2-on-2, 3-on-2 situation.
I think
And
it's
if that
fair to
pass-
say,
Yeah.
with a situation like that, Ishige has had his fair share of chances to win this for the Phoenix.
Shige's got to get his first goal. He's another one who's just kind of the longer it goes on, and then it just starts to get a bit frustrating.
Gotta
So
get the monkey off the back there, I think.
yeah,
But to be honest, I really want to see Collar in that position. To be honest, I think he could really suit that. I think that front two with Costa Barbarouses, I think we're already seeing it.
yeah, because now they've put they've shifted Tim Payne into right centre back in possession, and Walker back on right wing. I really like Walker. I thought he was really good, particularly in the first round against Western.
Very electric.
And then, I think Jake, it's interesting because basically they're using Collar as like that right side attacking midfielder, But it's really dynamic the way they play in the final third.
And I'll tell you
But
what,
I'm wondering
coming
if you could switch him with a Shiga and get him starting wider sometimes too.
Yeah.
The Phoenix
Wellington
march
now.
on. Now trying
Coming
to get
from
an
just
attack. The ball
back
just
to-
under hit there. Sorry. Yes, continue.
Yeah.
Jake's point, no, just on Kolakovsky, I think coming from an environment where you're in direct support of Adam Taggart as well, he would have no issues transitioning that to being in support of someone
Yeah.
like Costa as well. Very,
Yeah.
very familiar environment.
Walker,
And then
stand it up.
George just stand it up. And a
Oh,
chance on the
Costa!
volley.
Oh,
And another
Roofer!
chance by
Oh.
Roof. Oh.
Rufus still on these ones.
Didn't he? Sorry, didn't
Roofer's doing those ones. The yellow fever. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Didn't Alex Rufer take like 200 games to score his first goal?
Yes.
yeah.
He only, I also believe, was that against the Jets?
Could you imagine if Roofer actually
15
hadn't
minutes.
still scored? He still
Think it
hadn't
was
scored his first career goal up until this game, and this was the game where he broke it. That would be unbelievable.
That
That would
would
be
be-
like the greatest story in A-League history.
I want there to be that kind of fairy tale,
Absolutely.
legacy defining story. That's all the more
Surely, it's,
reason why.
if Wellington score a winner here, it's got to be Costa or Roofer. It has to be.
Or
Oh,
Rojas.
Rojas, man.
Rojas.
Bench.
He still
Yeah.
needs to come off the bench, though, in order to score.
Yeah, we'll
Surprised
put him
he's still
on.
on the bench, to be fair.
And
I don't know
swung
how.
in.
Come on.
Auckland able to get it away. And Auckland now on the back foot, like Wellington with
Ooh.
a few attempts,
Yeah.
putting a lot of pressure on here. As Auckland
Ooh.
able to win the ball. And maybe the chance, just as I was
2v2.
talking about Phoenix.
Oh,
A chance here for Auckland. Oh, and a slip in
Oh,
the
Gillian,
box.
oh my God, man.
Left foot, man. Left foot.
Gillian
Oh, and
reminds
it's
me so
almost-
much of like people I played indoor. They're so good technically, but they're just like they're just. Oh my God.
It's really with Gillian last week. I noticed, like, man, he's just got to use his left
Overdoes
foot
it, yeah.
sometimes. It's so frustrating.
Oh, there's so much potential there.
He eventually uses it, but it's like after you've beaten the player 5 times.
Yeah,
Like it's not
exactly.
necessary,
Yeah.
you know. But man, he's definitely got something. He's just got to
Mm,
be a bit more well-rounded.
This
man.
is real nervy, and it's just the
Oh.
game in the last 5 minutes has just gone from a little bit cagey again and opened up for both sides.
Who would be the ideal Auckland first scorer in the derby?
Rogerson. He's not on
He's
there.
off
Howison,
the
Damn
pitch.
it.
like a lot of
Yeah,
these,
Howison
a lot
maybe
of these
as
all
well,
whites, a lot of these
Howison?
all whites boys.
Yeah, play Howson.
Or maybe Gillian as well. That'd be cool.
Even one of the one of the
Pineacker?
one of the defensive players like Pineacker, I was going to say that would be very, very fitting
Mm.
because his rise in the All Whites has culminated with the rise of New Zealand football as a whole.
Shit corner, man. What? Seriously?
Hey,
Like with 10 minutes to go, you're gonna whip a ball in like that?
And
And
the
it's
free
Brimmer
kick.
as-
Frustrating.
Brimmer as well.
No, because sometimes when players do that because they're trying to get a flick on at the near post, but it's like, mate, you've
Yeah.
literally put that ball at his knee height. Like, not getting any flick on from that.
you need to go for a bit of height, get that scrum kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
impact.
and whip it in with
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Phoenix
whoa.
earning another foul. That was a little bit soft. And throws the ball away. He's
That's
going
a
to be
yellow.
yellow card now. Moreno.
There's that Colombian fire. There it is.
There's a flare. There's a flare.
That's our first look at Moreno.
And he's gesturing as it was shoulder to shoulder. The replay will reveal how shoulder to shoulder it was.
I love the,
I don't
love
think-
the reaction from Moreno.
I don't think there's much
So
there.
I
That's-
think it's a soft free kick, but you can't react.
I
like that. You
like,
pick yourself
I
up
can
a
understand
yellow
why it's given, but it's a bit soft. Yeah.
card. Bit soft and the yellow card as well. You just can't react like that, especially in like last couple of
Jacob
10
Spurley said that exact thing. You can't be doing that.
minutes.
I thought you were gonna do that in the Kiwi accent.
I'll save it. I will save it.
Yes.
I actually, instead of
I
putting on a
love
stupid
how we
accent,
just like threw this rule out the window within the first 2 minutes of
Well,
this.
no,
FPL
it's just that if I actually said Kia ora and actually, gave respect instead of being a dickhead, yeah, that was sitting in my mind. But that's all right.
Well,
Well, Collar, nice.
they
Oh,
just couldn't turn it around the corner. As
Please don't end 0-0, please.
just one of these moments. We need it for the
please give us a great moment.
We need the clip. We need the clip desperately.
I know we need the reaction from us too.
Yeah, exactly. As the
Oh, Collar's that he's fine. Okay.
Kolakowski,
What's
since
Chiefy?
he's come on,
What's
has played
Chiefy?
well.
What's Chiefy reading on that fucking white sheet of paper? He's got something cooked. He's cooking something.
Fuck
He's
that bloke in
giving off.
Perth. Ugh.
Gillian off 2 million.
What was that, Matt?
Gillian off,
Nothing.
and it's to me on for.
Also,
You know who I liked for Auckland? He looked actually
okay,
alright.
come on.
What's
that?
his name? Is it Randall for
Yeah,
Auckland?
Jesse Randall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse Randall. He came off the bench last week. He looked really lively.
Doesn't yeah.
I think he's a youth international. He must be for New Zealand.
I think he
This
played for the
what's
first
his name? Twomey? I've not seen him before. So
Yeah, no,
Toomey?
I'm pretty sure he was really good in the domestic league.
Whoa.
Yes.
Challenge coming.
also,
in.
what's his name? Corbin Piper came on last week against Perth.
Yeah,
Not sure if we'll see
he's
him.
a really really interesting player. I did some digging into him.
Wasn't he was like a defender and then now he's like a
well,
number
he's a
10?
centre back, but he was playing as like a number 10 and was like scoring bagging goals.
So Chiefy's like,
yeah.
yep.
No, but I don't know. I don't think he does. I feel like he's a really good
The
midfielder.
chance
like
maybe for
centre midfielder.
Auckland stood up. No, just recycle back out there.
But Jack, you haven't commented. Altay, he was getting warmed up, but he hasn't been brought on now.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Someone
Yeah.
that has actually really struggled to kind of stay in the team. And it's funny because off the back of his Wellington performances, he made it into the Iraqi national team in the recent AFC window.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's because of Nagasawa.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
now
he's
Nagasawa's come
taken
in.
him out of
Well,
the
to be fair though,
Conchi.
Roa
Conchi.
Conchi
Yeah.
versus Altay. Maybe it's more of a Roa Conchi's got more potential, so
Mm,
we're gonna go with him.
I haven't seen it from him though. Like I know he had a lot of reputation. I think it was interest from Newell's, like some massive team in Argentina, I believe it was. Like back in the
Random
day.
is that? That's
I
like
think-
that's
I
like
think it
one of
was
those like
after
old
the-
FIFA transfers you'd see where it's like, why
It
is
was like
there a
the
random
under-20s
Chilean team signing an A-League player?
Under 20s World Cup, I want to say, or something like that. He'd had like a really good tournament there. There was interest overseas, but yeah, he just hasn't really done much.
Speaking of Chilean, Marco Rojas coming on.
Marco Rojas, of
Rojas
course.
is
Somewhat
great.
Chilean.
Colo.
Wow,
Marco, let's go.
it is. Can we still call him the Kiwi Messi? Oh, not call him the Kiwi.
No,
Messi.
so here's actually something that's recently been dubbed because his time as the Kiwi Messi is kind of over, but they've tried to call him the
Oh,
Wellington
jeez.
Wizard now.
Way to fucking
Sam Sutton.
bury him in a grave.
I'm still calling him the Kiwi Messi.
You were
Seb
saying, Matt. You were saying.
Well,
actually has a
well,
legit
they
question, but
kind of want to rebrand him obviously because he is a bit older. But I want to get to this whole retro Ricky thing, right? So when no, this is actually really interesting, right? So basically, in order to professionalize football in New Zealand, the fans, along with Ricky Herbert, like we are talking like crowdfunding an actual professional contract for a bunch of players. Taylor Boyd, the American and Kiwi international, was one of them.
Tyler Boyd, yeah, Tyler. Is Tyler?
Tyler.
Yeah, I think it's Tyler.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. But there were a bunch of players in that era who basically came through this like crowd-funded system because professional football was doing that poorly in New Zealand. And to come from that environment in that era, you're telling me if he didn't score the winner in this game, like that would just be the biggest culmination of what it's took for them to get here. So I think it's a really really cool story, and I actually wonder if Ricky Herbert would have been a lovely person to kind of bring onto the coverage and give some commentary on this because he built this whole thing, and he was an absolute rock for Kiwi football at the professional level into building that team for the 2010 World Cup. All of those guys who played in the Championship and Premier League, and just they really had that golden generation effect that people don't really seem to talk about that much. But yeah, anyway.
Seb O'Neill.
Yeah,
right.
Anyway, enough of the nuance. Yep.
Well, this is actually going to add a little bit of nuance. A legit question from Seb O'Neill, self-dubbed legit question. Do you guys think that the first derby could have benefited more from being played in Auckland? I'm going to answer this first, and you guys can add on. I think that it would be less poetic. I think the first derby always had to be in the Cake Tin because that's sort of where professional football in New Zealand has been for the last decade or, over a decade now. So I think it always had to be in Wellington. That's my personal opinion. Guys, do you agree?
If we're looking at it solely from a commercial perspective and crowd
and
and stuff,
chance there. Looping header.
then maybe it would have been better to have it in Auckland. Because if you're looking at Auckland home crowds versus Wellington home crowds, that's obviously going to be better in a derby, so, but I think basically what you're saying, Jack, is oh my God.
Oh, it's a mistake! Auckland have
Jakey
scored! Jake Brimmer!
Hello,
has just...
Yemi.
Wow.
I need to restate. That was just so quick.
That is a cataclysmic error from Oluwemi. We'll have to see the replay, but it looks like he's just given it straight to Brimmer off
What
the goal
on
kick
earth
there.
happened there?
And Auckland have taken the lead in this one. Just sort of out of nowhere. They hardly had gone back to the live feed on the telecast.
Oluwanyemi looked like he's crying. He. Oh my goodness me!
Okay.
They've been caught. They've been trying to bait the press
yeah.
again.
Yeah, they baited it, and just as
This
one
is the
too many.
this is the risk. This
That
is the
away
risk.
section is erupting, like the volcanoes in Auckland. Like the volcanoes, the volcano kit.
And Jake Brimmer,
no.
this
That's a
is
good
like
finish, though.
this is basically a Terry Antonis situation. It's another player that I've criticized, and he's in like a matter of 30 minutes has gone and scored like the most important goal of this
My
campaign
goodness
so
me,
far.
And look at the. I love the
Look
sailor
at the port.
hats.
Holy
The
shit.
port. I love
I
the
know
sailor
that
hats.
is just insane, and that away setup
Wow.
is fantastic.
Well done. And Jake Brimmer. It's good to see.
No.
Well,
It's going to be a bit.
this is how Wellington want to play. This is what they're trying to do.
And that's-
these
It's going to happen.
this is the
A
downfall.
Young keeper as well.
Tommy Smith
Maybe,
on.
not a
Park
lot
the
of.
bus.
Tommy Smith on, shore it
Park
up,
the back.
seal it.
Seal the deal.
Who had that on their bingo card? Jake Brimmer, first goal scorer in the Kiwi Classico.
Absolutely.
He probably would have been paying like 20 odd, to be fair. But
Always believed in him.
maybe low 30s. I don't know. Jeez. But also, like, I know, Matt. We were like, let's not be a 0-0. But it's like, really, that's going to be the first goal.
Yeah, I tell you what. But how much does a scrappy goal like that just fuel the fire for these Phoenix fans?
Yeah,
You know, they were arguably quite lucky against
See how
Sydney.
much added
this
on here?
again.
it's a great finish, by the way, by
7?
Brimmer, just to lift it.
Yeah.
7 minutes at a time.
I think it was 7.
So
Um,
it's still
it's not
going to
really
be just a little bit of a.
weird. 7 minutes, yeah.
So Wellington have got time. Yeah, like this is what I mean about Auckland though. Like, so I think he's tried to hit Rufer, but really that just wasn't the pass.
Yeah.
He had to shift it to Wooten.
Mm.
Man, fuck.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Tommy Smith was he the first
Oh.
New Zealander to play in the Premier League?
Oh my god, Toomey, what? Oh.
No.
No?
I don't think so, because a bunch of those guys from the mid to late 2000s would. I'm sure one of them would have
But
made
like with Ipswich, I thought that he.
No, he
might-
didn't play in the
No.
Premier League. I don't think
Didn't he
No.
play for Ipswich?
I think
when
if
that
you-
he
was-
did, but
I'm
Ipswich weren't in
almost-
the Premier League.
I
am
thought
almost
they were
certain.
in like one of his first seasons.
No, I don't think so.
I am almost certain that. I tell you what, if you go that far back, I think Rufer might have played for a big English club, but the Premier League might not have existed then. Rory Fallon or Ryan Nelson almost certainly would have got time in the Premier League, Jack.
Right. Okay. I'll have to double check my information. I just thought he played in that. I think that was still in the Premier League, like in 2009 or something like that, and he might have played in their sort of last season in the Premier League, but I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might. I mean, you might have
Because
it right. but-
I know that yeah, I remember reading it somewhere, but it could also be incorrect information. So
No, I mean you might
Jesus,
be
man, come
onto
on,
something.
man.
I find it very hard to believe with
I might
where a
have
lot of
to.
those.
I might have to run the rule over that one because I'm actually
That's
a
all
little bit interested now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see.
Okay.
Can we go back to the stadium thing? Because I have a really
Yeah. Can we go back to
Yeah,
something else? Because like, okay, yeah, Tommy Smith played in the Premier League. Like,
Who
The
gives a
thing
fuck?
that you've all missed in analysing that is that there's a 50,000 seater stadium, which is probably where I got the whole capacity thing with Sky Stadium mixed up. Eden Park, right? It is the home of sport in New Zealand.
Yes.
And I don't know if they want to play the home derby at Mount Smart just to ensure it's sold out. I mean, that would be smart, but excuse the
Nope.
pun there. But I think playing the derby at Eden Park has to happen at least once, if not this season, then certainly next. That would
Okay.
just be so logical for me. But I also feel like having it for the very, very first game, more to the kind of question, wouldn't have been appropriate given the circumstances.
Hughes.
Had to be a Phoenix home game, given that Auckland are the ones with the actual momentum.
And yes, it was all in the championship his career for Ipswich, so I was incorrect.
and I was
That's all
right
right.
from the start, and we wasted about like 3 minutes on that.
Oh,
The-
come on.
This is but like with Auckland, this is what I mean. Where like I just don't really know what to think about them because they've had good periods in this game. Don't get me wrong, but you know they've just kind of pounced on a mistake and potentially stolen 3 points here again, like last week. Like I don't. It's not something where I'm looking at it going, they've really put in a really good overall performance and played Wellington off the park. Like, no. So it's
But in saying that, it's like
well, no. But what you
that
could
last
say
season?
is isn't that kind of a measure of why they're good? Is that they haven't really played that well, but they're getting results. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like it's a bit of a honeymoon period at this point. Like, when that first loss comes, which it will, how are they going to respond after that? That's kind of my feeling a bit more with them at the moment.
Look, I get all that. I do. But it's sort of... I think they've been level with Phoenix. Like, I think Phoenix have, like, sort of had a few more flashier chants. And yeah, it's like hasn't been pretty, but I feel like it's been level pegging in all three of those games, to be honest. Yeah, in my opinion. But
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they've been level pegging. It's not like like how we saw Victory like eviscerate City for the first half in the derby.
No,
Like,
but
I've not seen.
If you look in the stats here, right? So 2 big chances to 1 to Auckland, 17
but
shots to
stats are
7,
different from eye test,
1
Jake.
shot
Too.
on target from
Eye test is a
Wellington,
big thing.
5.
You can't like.
Yeah, I think Christian's point is that it's not been dominant, right?
No, of course not. But I don't think anyone thinks that though. But it's
Yeah.
like I just don't think I think that they're kind of doing what Wellington does, if that makes sense. Like in that sense, I think they are. I don't think Wellington's ever really been that team to be a team that.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying no, not at all, not at all. But I think no. To be honest with you, I don't really see like a definitive style yet with Auckland. Probably that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's at the moment it's still a little bit of like reliance on a few individuals, particularly their foreign players, which are all really good. So, I don't know.
I feel like they remind me a little bit of MacArthur, like a little bit. I don't know.
A little bit, yeah.
Just like very direct.
That is the
counter-attack.
making of a team ultimately that could be a top 4 team, but
For sure.
one that's going to push to the top of.
Yeah, but the other thing with Auckland, we have to remember throughout this whole 3 weeks is they still have not travelled. So that's a massive sort of
yeah, they have not taken
monkey wrench potentially.
a flight.
How are they going to cope with that?
I can tell you. I remember a comment from Vestrada where they had to go do some.
Oh, Brimmer brace!
Oh, he's done it!
Holy shit!
Jake Brimmer!
Louis Toomey, that is excellent.
Toomey, that is
That is an
unbelievable.
unbelievable assist from Toomey, but Jake Brimmer there to finish it off. Wow.
And here I was going, more than likely Wellington were going to do the job and win 2-0, and bang, Auckland are going to do the job and win 2-0.
What I just love about this is the nature of the finish as well. It's like he's barely.
Fucking rolled over.
Wow.
He's barely actually kicked through the ball both times. He's just done the most sloppy kind of flick up and.
Okay. I repeat, who had Jake Brimmer double on their bingo card?
Well, Seb O'Neill's just chimed in on YouTube again. He's just been all over it this afternoon. First Kiwi derby. Only goals come from an Aussie.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Wow.
That is brilliant by Toomey. Oh my god.
That is a brilliant
Is this
run.
the legacy?
If Toomey and Randall and Gillian are like going to ball out like all year like this for Auckland, that kind of changes the ceiling a little bit too. Fucking hell.
That was Ishigay as well, who, I mean, we're talking about his attacking exploits not being so well. To be run off the ball by Toomey there.
And
Who was that defending Toomey again?
Ishigay.
Ishigay, yeah.
We talked about folklore building moments in their first game, right? That 2-0 win against Brisbane Roar, where Rogerson scored the first goal in their history. Now, this is definitely folklore building here. To win your first derby, it's absolutely incredible. Like
away from home too.
And let's not forget, this is also first versus second in the third round of the A-League season. I know it doesn't mean much at this point in the season, but it's still a top of the table clash in a derby.
Sydney
and it is the full time.
Sydney dethroned Phoenix second at the point of kickoff, but
yes.
Auckland 5 goals, none conceded, 3 games in.
Is Stevie Corica back?
No, not yet.
Oh, that might be.
But this is what I'm saying, though. I'm not going to entertain that conversation yet. Like, that's my point. No. I tell you what, if Auckland, I'm going to have to get, you know what, Jack, keep talking. I'll get the fixtures up.
Well, let's jump into some full-time analysis as Matt has to go. I don't know.
He's going to get the slab from KFC. Yeah.
He's going to get the slab.
Going to get the slab.
Wow. So we were sort of talking about it, how the match, like, I wanted to make this comment before. We're sort of talking about how, like, it's the Auckland's just relying on some, like, really good individual players. I don't see it that way. I see, like, like their game plan is simple, right? But it's effective. It's all about sort of like you say, like the talent, but it's almost like a substance over style. Like it's the complete opposite of what Wellington play, and I'm not saying that Wellington plays style over substance football because they get wins and they get results. That's not the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to make is that the Wellington Phoenix roster isn't really top heavy in terms of stars and quality. However, the style of football carries them through most matches, and Auckland is completely the opposite, where it's more of the substance and quality, not of individuals, but just how these players play together in a simple sort of football dynamic. That's how I've seen this match, and it's played out just like that. I think from, you have to say minute 1 to minute 90, we just didn't really expect this result, obviously.
Matt, you got the slab?
No.
No? Oh.
Goodness gracious.
No, so, like, I had a point in my head. I've literally forgot about it because I was thinking about the slab. What was it with Auckland? Jake, you talk. I'll come back to me.
I'll go for it. But yeah, I tend to agree with you, Jack. I think, like it's like if we're drawing to sort of my comparison with MacArthur, obviously there's a lot of differences there too. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of see it that way. They just play a pretty similar sort of system, tend to sort of sit back. They're not
I got it.
really going for it, trying to play beautiful football. And yeah, maybe relying on some moments here and there where, look, like if you're looking at Auckland squad, honestly, they probably have one of the better squads in the league.
No, and that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So I think we need to remember here, like Wellington, I think Wellington's squad is better. I think their off-season recruitment was good, but they still have deficiencies in their squad in comparison to really a lot of teams. Like if you're just looking player for player, like Auckland's, Jake's right. Auckland player for player have one of the best squads in the league. That's true. And particularly now that we know like Peinecker, De Vries, these guys are actually like legitimate guys who can start for pretty much any A-League team possibly. Like we can see that now. So what I'm saying is a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, Wellington's chain essentially has been stolen. They're like being kicked off now. Like this is Auckland's time and all this sort of stuff. It's like, well, yeah, like they're backed by a fucking American billionaire who's also owns Bournemouth. Like it's they've got way more financial resources to tap into than Wellington.
It's also the fact they come from a bigger city. Like, I mean, I know they've only been around for a few short months, and Wellington Phoenix fans might hate me, but the Auckland FC, as soon as they were announced, they were the biggest club in New Zealand by just virtue of being from the biggest metropolitan centre and being backed by the financial backing they have access to. So
one of the richest owners in the league.
Yeah, the richest, not one of. Like, I mean, I know we have the city.
Their spending. See, I don't have any information or stuff, but their spending is probably rivaling Sydney FC's. No joke. It probably is.
I would say that if we could get the fine comb through the salary cap and this sort of stuff, I would say that Auckland would almost. I wouldn't even actually see a big difference between Sydney FC and Auckland, even though they have like Douglas Costa and Senna and. Because, like, the players that Auckland City have, like, I know they're probably not got the household names, but, the way they're playing, they certainly should be on a fairly decent amount of money. And just the depth they have access to as well is just quite incredible. The fact that they could just go, Jake Brimmer start on the bench, come on.
But the other thing, too, is, like, and I've had this conversation with Matt a few times, but Auckland had the ability to basically go, we're starting a club from scratch. Hey, all the Kiwis who are half decent, do you want to join? Wellington didn't have that benefit like now. They're trying to actually do that now by blooding their young players and creating that pathway. But it's very hard to do that when you just haven't been doing it for, so many years before that. I think today, though, you look at this game, the first goal comes from a mistake, which Oluwayemi wasn't making during the game, and it's something which was indicative of the way I think that's going to happen to Wellington a few more times this season. I don't think that's an isolated incident where they're trying to play out short like that. They want to bait the press. Like, people need to listen to Chiefy when he talks about like Deserby ball and stuff. Like, this is exactly what it is. Like, it's like playing with fire, playing out. And we're happy to, Chiefy would look at that today and he's probably thinking like he's obviously disappointed they've given up a goal because that first goal ultimately led to the second and has ultimately led to the loss. But he will be happy that his keeper is this comfortable playing out like this. And I think that's one of the reasons why they wanted him and they went after him. But the thing is, they need to do more in possession. Wellington, that is a big focus for me in the final third. There needs to be more connectivity. I think hopefully that's going to happen when Kolikovsky and Rojas get more minutes and more time on the pitch. But there are some things to work on there. But I always felt coming into this season, Wellington were going to have things to work on. And I still feel with Auckland like it's a bit of a honeymoon period and things are going really great. They've got a derby in 3 weeks' time again. I think it's the 7th of December in Auckland. That's going to be fascinating because then is going to be a really good yardstick to see where the two teams are at. Because if Auckland just pick up from this and keep going, then we're going to have to start having some different conversations about like what actually is their ceiling this season. Whereas Wellington, if they were to lose that derby again and things aren't going so well, we're going to have the conversation in the opposite direction and kind of be like, well, are we, what's happening with the Phoenix essentially? But if I was a Phoenix fan, I'm not panicking about this result. I'm probably definitely emotional about it because, you didn't want to lose this game. And if I'm an Auckland fan, I've got to be happy. But I feel like they haven't had any adversity yet. And I feel like when that comes, it's going to be interesting. Like, let's say Sydney won that game last week with Hayden Matthews. That goal was, stood and all that sort of stuff. Sydney won 1-0. Like, would we see this type of performance from them today? I'm not sure. So,
anything to add onto this conversation, Matt? We haven't got.
Sorry,
your,
guys.
Your thoughts. No, it's okay. No, they're all very nuanced thoughts.
I'm gearing up for glorious kickoff in a second, so I'm just letting the conversation go on. Sorry about that.
Matt's gearing up for 2 hours of depression. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No.
Glory.
Matt, anything to add?
No, God damn it, no. Sorry, I'm doing the Michael Scott.
No.
Matt, the game.
Please.
Yes. Sorry, the one that's coming up, yeah?
Yeah. Just anything to add to that full-time chat. Would you like to?
Look, I think Christian's analysis on Auckland is spot on. The legacy is it's kind of like the seeds are in there, but they've not really grown to be something yet. So it's just about what you can take from this going forward. The adversity of traveling. I remember a quote. I was going to say this earlier. I think we got interrupted by the second goal. Vestrada was talking about one of the pre-season trips they did to Victoria, and he said that the travel was quite a lot to Victoria. Mate, well, you've got another thing coming, So I would be very, very hard pressed to see how this team actually does deal with that full scope, and especially those young Kiwi boys. With all due respect, and the furthest they've gone is probably this trip to Wellington.
They got like MacArthur away next week. No, and that's Unite round, obviously. Not next week. 2 weeks.
Right.
No, 3. What the hell? Oh, they got the bye. They've got the bye, and then they've got 2 weeks off because of the international break.
Oh, international break, yeah.
Auckland, but then they've got the Jets at home and Wellington at home. Like they don't play, they don't play like a team outside New Zealand in their actual home till Melbourne City on the 15th of December. That's like over a month away. Like it's like kind of insane how well the schedule has worked out for them.
Well, they've obviously given them the golden opportunity to get this season up and running, and they are currently top of the pops. So you have to take your hat off to them and say, well done. Emily Gilnick has just scored for Melbourne victory in that match against Adelaide United.
Are you serious? Really?
Yes. It's already
5 minutes into the new season. Adelaide United women have already conceded. Come on, man.
Absolutely.
That's poor.
But let's run over the big news story of the week. Probably the biggest news story in Australian football of the week. It was the announcement of the format, the start date, and the teams that will be involved in the national second tier. So we finally had the answers that a lot of football fans have been asking about. The format of the national second tier. A little bit of criticism, some not happy with the Champions League format that has been unveiled, calling it basically back to the NPL Championships sort of thing. Look, I really want to kick off this conversation with a question. Is getting it up and running the main thing, or should it be up and running as a full home and away, full competition?
Unquestionably, Like what? So
yeah, I know it's an easy question to answer, but there's been
it's
some
an easy
discourse.
answer. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Can I voice my theory on this and not
Sure,
not to interrupt?
sure.
But I think the Champions League format is good in that the teams can jump into this next chapter of starting a national second tier while keeping their income that they are going to make throughout a winter NPL season, right? They need to be in a position where they can shore things up, and contractually, I imagine there would have almost been some sort of clause where it's like, we need this to be started up by 2025, but then they organise the NPL seasons with the state feds for 2025. They jump out of that environment and then crack into how can we
state
Oh,
professionalise
federations
this?
is
How can we...
another thing altogether when it comes to this national second tier, because
Go on, Jack. Have it out on the
should I-
state federations.
all right,
Do it.
right here on Front Page Football TV. The reason why Christian is teeing this up, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Matt, because you brought it up and it's a sticking point for me, is that the behaviour, and I will say behaviour, it's not even principality, it's not even to do with like moral, any sort of moral,
Save by
limit.
Sale. Sorry, we're watching the Mariners Perth
Yeah,
game
yeah,
now.
I'm watching that as well. That's a really good save from Ollie Sale. And also Adelaide have equalised through
Way! Well
Wirtz.
done.
These
Wirtz.
dub games and
Wirtz.
having
These sub games are insane.
Absolutely.
just having like 50
Who scored? Who scored for Adelaide, Jack?
Wirtz scored.
Nice.
So
I hope they have a good season.
absolutely. Just what I was getting to, the behaviour of some of these state federations when it comes to the progression of Australian football into the future, into trying to unite the national period, which can only benefit them in the long run, is completely and utterly devoid of any comprehension or sense. You can, it makes me so, angry, because when I see Football Queensland having a go at Sunshine Coast FC, threaten to deregister them from the State Federation for wanting to be a part of the national second tier, right? Where Gold Coast Knights are currently in the middle of a row where all the other NPL teams have had to come out in support against Football Queensland. It is not only bizarre, it's emblematic of
That's a separate thing.
I know it's a separate thing,
Yeah.
but all of this is emblematic of the very distinct problems of how football is organised in Australia up and down.
Governance of football in Australia is
The
disgraceful.
thing is, right? The thing is, right? The state federations and their products within the NPL, they have a right to need to financially safeguard that, which is why they get pissed off with the teams, trying to essentially separate from it. But when you've got a situation where the clubs then have a governing body that needs to oversee where most of their income is going to come from, and a governing body that's going to help them move to, this new exciting premise of a second division, they have to get both parties actively engaged in who they are, and they have to keep enough expected, financial income and, player wages and everything like that has to be managed.
I get that.
Therefore, the Champions League format has to be the way forward.
Well, the Champions League format can't
Because
be
until-
forever, though. Because it's
No,
not...
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
So,
But if we need the national second tier to be trialed and to have a trial period, this is how you have to execute it.
Oh.
Because the team's income is going to go poof if the national second league, and then
No, but this is all just part of a conspiracy for
yeah.
FA not to want South Melbourne
exactly.
anywhere near a professional game.
Yeah.
Get rid of the pitchforks, man.
Yeah,
I don't care about your anger from 10 years ago where you didn't get the A-League expansion line. I don't give a fuck. This is my thing.
And this is
if you want to complain and whinge about not having the license when Melbourne Heart came in, fine, go talk to a fucking wall. That's... No. But this is I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it.
But this is what, and I want to finish my point. This is where it really gets my blood boiling, right? So Football Tasmania, right, are currently in the middle of a row with South Hobart for wanting to be a part of this competition, right? And they're basing it on this virtuous premise that, but we want an A-League team in Tasmania. That's why we're against it. And I'm just sort of thinking, where do you think this expansion's coming from?
Exactly.
Obviously,
that's
And not being rude, but obviously Football Australia, and this comes under the umbrella, the APL are obviously posturing to initiate a huge expansion of Australian professional football with the second tier coming in. So there's actually no guarantee that the APL might just go, all right, well, we might expand to the 14 team, or maybe to 16, right? Maybe even, but there's going to be a point where these two parties are going to come together, right? And what really gets my blood boiling is that football, kids are charged, thousands of dollars to play in elite level programs, right? Mostly because the red tape and the poor football governance that goes on at the grassroots level, and then you're denying the biggest opportunity for grassroots expansion, right, based on principle. Like, I just look at you and I just go, what is your game? It's a zero-sum game. It's like mine versus yours, and it's particular, it's people, it's groups, it's interest groups protecting their little pocket of power within Australian football. And you know what Football Australia has to do? They have to stronghand this shit. Like, I'm sick of tired of Football Australia goes, oh, we're going to consult, we're going to do all this, dilly. No, if a state federation is trying to usurp the national interest in football, you are Football Australia. You have top-down governing authority. I don't care about their fucking constitutions anymore.
But this is the problem.
They don't want to play ball.
Do they? This is the fundamental question. Do they actually have the ability to do that legally? And this is what people are getting at. And like now, just to go, this isn't related to second division, but that situation you mentioned about in Queensland, like clubs like Gold Coast Knights are trying to go basically over Queensland's head and go straight to FA and be like.
Well, that's
how
it should, but it shouldn't be this big controversy within state federations that people go to Football Australia for guidance. It actually should be the trickle down effect. It's why, and again, it goes down to, like, if you look at grassroots fees and the amount of money that kids pay to play, right? The major reason for all of this is because the full-time staff needed to maintain this ridiculous football apparatus, right, that only seeks to destroy itself at every niche little point, is just bleeding into, under nines having a kick around on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm sick and tired of football finally getting into a position where it's seemingly got its act together, where it's wanting to expand, wanting to progress and progress into the future to a possible state where you can have the ideal, the utopian promotion relegation that people have been clamouring for the best part of, ever since the Phillips Soccer League was introduced in 1970s, right? Like,
Fuck yeah, Phillips Soccer League. Sorry, anyway.
Yeah. I just can't fathom this sort of behaviour. And I just, I really hope, I know there's legalities and there's got to be some sort of thing as Perth Glory getting the attack here, but I'm saying that the national second tier won't truly be a second tier of Australian football until, one, the state federations are told their place, right, and are reined in from their really ridiculous amount of control they have over this process.
But this isn't just about state federations. This is also about a club like South Melbourne. I don't know people at South Melbourne, anything like that. I'm talking maybe also more about the fans of someone like South Melbourne. Like, it's pretty clear there are two groups here with the second division. There's one group that's like, basically, and this is South Melbourne, we don't care where everyone else is. We're ready. So get the league up and running, and we want it done like this, and we're going to basically dictate to you how we want it done. Sorry, you're not the fucking safeguarders of football in this country. You're not. Like, you might have been successful in the NSL and stuff like that, but you don't dictate the way a league should be formatted. You don't. That's Football Australia, whether you like it or not. It's like, so I don't care about the emotional baggage from expansion and the A-League and all this sort of crap. That's the reality that you're faced with. You need to deal with it. Now, there's that group, and that group essentially going that this is basically like FA just got what they wanted. They were never serious about home and away, anything like that. Now, personally, I don't believe that's true, and this is the other group, which is that
it's not
FA, I think, have done this in a very open, transparent, maybe not totally transparent in terms of they could have been a little bit more urgent with the communication and a little bit more regular. That's fair enough. But I think they have done their best to make the fully professional home and away. They've tried the opportunity to get that up and running as, oh my God, David Williams. They've attempted to open that up to see how many clubs will actually be viable to do this. And my response to anyone saying to this, bullshit, that's not true, is, okay, so what? You want to start an 8-team league, try fully professional, and within 18 months it folds? Is that what you want?
And here's the thing. It's I fully agree with you there, because you can't just... Okay, so we know from the transparency that Football Australia provided, only 8 teams met the financial burdens required to do home and away, right?
Yeah.
And that's not saying that they have enough money to sustain that over a long-term period. That's just for the first season. There's no guarantee if you were to open it up to home and away that it'll be there in 12 months' time. And I said this when the A-League was in trouble, right? When we had huge problems at the APL where it looked like there was a financial pitfall that was going to tank the A-League, and there was a lot of rumours circulating around that weren't very nice, and thankfully those haven't eventuated. But football, doesn't matter what tier it is, doesn't matter if it's this National Second Division or the A-League, football cannot afford another hard reset. The NSL's demise was not a travesty because of the teams and the players and the big dysfunction that it caused. It was just the fact that football had to reset, right? The damage that it did to the Japan Football Association when the JFL folded, right, was almost like, recreated when the NSL folded here in Australia. And the Japanese Football League, to their credit, have set up a 20 and 30-year plans for their football development, the expansion of their tiers as... Ooh,
Holy shit! Sorry, I'm not sure if anyone saw that in the Perth game. Oh my god!
No, I saw that just then. My screen's a little bit behind, but the Japanese the Japanese Football Association knew. They knew if football goes through another hard reset in their country, it would be dead, right? The American Football Association in America, where the transition from the professional, I can't remember what it was called. I think it might have been called before Major League Soccer. There was the United Soccer League before that. And when Major League Soccer first burst onto the scene, they understood, right, that football could not afford another hard reset, right? And this brings into this conversation. It's time for people in their little pockets of emblematic virtuoso about football in this country to stop attacking. The attack is over. The war is over. The war is done. It's finished. It's time to come together.
All this stuff stems from as well. Like you wouldn't believe like the amount of people like even here who are just like, I'm in my NPL circle and stuff. I got no idea when Adelaide United are playing. I got no idea when Adelaide United Women's playing, for example. Stuff like whatever. That's fine. But when we're so disconnected, even at baseline level of knowledge and actual like engagement with, I only engage in NPL stuff, you only engage in A-League, you only engage in, whatever, like, and everyone's in their little groups. This is then when it festers into an actual serious conversation like this. Like, you can't honestly, it's like, I just think it's hilarious. And I keep referring South Melbourne because these are the people, like the South Melbourne fans, community and stuff, that are the ones who are being so pissed off, essentially, about the Champions League style format. And it's like, so you honestly sit there, you're going to sit there and tell me, look at me in the eye right now and think that Football Australia don't want a second division? Like it's some kind of like conspiracy against you? They don't want another professional league? Of course they want that. Of course they do. Why would any football organization in this country not want another professional league to help create more pathways for players, player development, ultimately helping our national teams?
And just to finish that point, and then I'm going to bring Jake and Matt into it because me
Sure.
and Christian have dominated this point.
Maya Markovsky has another goal. Just
Yes,
wanted to
I
point
saw
out.
that. She
In there.
has a brace. It's 3-1. 3-1.
I told you, Matt. See, I told you what I said on the pod. She's gone back. She's learnt, and she's ready.
Just to sum up my view on this, I just want to go that South Melbourne fans. I don't know if I call them fans because I feel like what some of them do does a disservice to the South Melbourne community because I think it's one of the better football communities in the entire country. Obviously.
I want to. Sorry, can I just be clear here before you pass over? What the South Melbourne fan base, the passion for football, that's absolutely fantastic. I just want to be clear on this.
Obviously.
I'm talking about the
I don't think anyone's gonna
discourse
question.
around this competition and
Absolutely.
this whole process.
And just to finish it off, there's just a conspiracy that the A-League is scared about big crowds at Lakeside Stadium. The A-League would never be scared about a big crowd in the A-League. They would welcome a big crowd in the A-League. All right.
This is what I mean.
Yeah. So I'll open it up to Jake and Matt. That was a bit of the negatives. Jake, okay, look, since you didn't...
Jake's sitting there like this is way too deep for me.
Yeah. Jake, can you maybe run the round over the positives? Obviously, you've got 8 foundation members that will be a part of this competition into the future, which of course are RPL Leichhardt, Avondale, Marconi Stallions, Preston Lions, South Melbourne, Sydney Olympic, Sydney United, and Wollongong Wolves, with another 8 teams that are invitational teams based on their finishing in the NPL, which the first of which will be Adelaide City, Caroline Spring, George Cross, Gold Coast United, Gungahlin United, South Hobart, and Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, but if I could just quickly, that's based on aspects like facilities and
technical.
it's not
They meet the technical requirements.
nothing financial, and I think that's already interesting because
yeah.
that's already pointing you towards like how can you read that and be like, okay, so you basically got 8 clubs who passed all the financial stuff.
Ooh, and a chance just going
6
back in there for Central Coast Mariners. Yes.
6. Ooh, looking for yeah. Six who haven't yet. But why? Like, if they were ready, then surely they would have passed financials and stuff. Like, yeah, because obviously the bar has been lowered now so already you're seeing this league, however it plays out, is going to be divided in terms of the financial makeup, and that's already kind of a threat to its potential viability. But anyway, Jack.
I just wanted to see, Jake, positives, right? We've got a second tier, right? It may not be in the mode or medium that everyone, was hoping for, but you got to be excited. Like, it's the first step also trying to get these teams playing on a similar type of calendar to the A-League, easing that transition starting October, December. What do you think about, how it's come about and what's on offer for the first season in 2025?
Yeah. Well, firstly, God, the chat around the NPL second division. Oh my! I just can't do anymore. I physically just can't. It just fucking irritates me at this point. It's just so repetitive over the same shit over and over for so many years. I've just tuned out, to be honest. But fundamentally, but it's good.
Jake, what are you? 21, by the way?
No, but it's gone that long. It's basically gone my whole
No,
life.
but how old are you?
21.
You are 21. You're a year younger than me, and you're already fed up with this stuff.
Yes.
Imagine being 56. Anyway.
Oh my God. It's just so it's terrible. But look, personally, I think it's I think Christian made some good points. It's a fun, or even you too, Jack. It's a good fundamental step. We need these sort of steps to get to that point of a proper second division, fully professional. So it's a great step. Sometimes you have to be pragmatic. I don't know. Yeah, you can't always have everything ideally what you want right now. I think it's a good pragmatic step. It's good to see. I'm excited to see how
he has been insipid today. I'm sorry, that's not good enough.
Yeah, no.
You're talking about Brandon O'Neill?
Brandon O'Neill, that should have been finished.
You have to get that on target. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, I'll go to you. You're already a bit frustrated, so I'm not going to frustrate you even more. Let's focus on that.
Here's a topic which will make you nice and calm.
Could you maybe try to get this back in positive territory? We do have a second tier. It's happy good times on that fundamental point. Or am I getting you on the wrong day?
Look, I think the angle that I could take from it that I like is obviously, again, you are in tandem with the state feds as a Football Australia run competition, regardless of how controversial, regardless of how stupid they can be at times, regardless of the protective environment they have around them and how they make their money. The fact that there's that tandem to give a full domestic season and then have a professional environment to kick off with, I like the idea. I think it's smart. I understand what's flawed with it. I'm just saying it's good. From that expansion with 8 into 16 teams, you are then opening the window for, if you win an NPL in your respective state, you do get a chance to be on that stage. And you're telling me that if you're a Sterling Macedonia or a Fremantle City or Perth FC, if they turn things around, Perth Red Star, and again, I'm obviously putting the WA lens on this, but these clubs, Kingsway, we know what their run in the Cup did and how inspiring it was to have all those veterans back in a team that took it to Adelaide United and really should have equalised in the 92nd minute, take nothing away from Liam Boland. But, that a team like that, to be actually given a free platform, here you are, you have an environment to set yourselves up. That's massive. And again, I'm just putting that WA lens on because it is giving an opportunity for one of our teams. That is massive. If you're in an even smaller dynamic than what they have in WA, if you're in the ACT, if you're in Tasmania, it's massive. And I think it is really, really a powerful statement. Faisal.
Faisal.
There's a lot of football still to get through. But I think that we've, obviously me and Christian have taken the roles of the frustrated the frustrated football fraternity.
Where big chance. Tag it. No?
Big chance.
Okay.
But there is
we're the SMFC mic, but the opposite, like the inverse. It's like we're angry, but the other way.
You've dropped the name, but this is getting blocked. He might get the moderators on us at this point. Okay, I think that's where we'll wrap up, though, this episode of FPF TV. If there's nothing more to add, I'll leave you guys.
But we're mid Jackson Ball and Driller Ball.
I know we're mid Jackson.
That was
Ball
not
and
a foul on Caltech.
We should let this play out for 20 minutes just to see Matt's reactions alone.
Do we want to go to?
Let's go half time. Let's go half time. Why not?
We'll go to halftime.
We might as well.
We're still live.
I might have to leave some point, but I will.
Got a 21st, have we?
To be honest,
No, it's actually got my dad's 57th.
Oh, well, happy birthday to Mr. Holub.
I sort of have things
Absolutely.
to do as well that are non-football related on my Saturday. So unfortunately, as the host, I'm usurping your dominance. You're allowed to stay on Zoom and talk to each other.
Thank you for noting my dominance. Cheers.
Yeah, I said I usurped it though.
Just this one time.
Yeah, that's this one time. I'm taking the leadership role in stride. So, let's go through final words. Christian, anything to add to the big amount of information we've been able to cover in the last almost 3 hours now?
Wellington, not too worried. Auckland, got to see more. Got to see some travel. Second division, stop whinging if you don't like the Champions League format and just get on with it because too bad it's happening. And finally, Vamos Rillable. Yeah.
Okay, Jake, anything else to add to close out?
Honestly, no. The discussion of the national second division and all the conflicts just drains the fuck out of me. So no, just stop fighting like babies. How about that? Can we stop being 5-year-olds? Can we just stop being 5-year-olds? Can we just?
Hey, coming from a baby himself, 21.
Together?
Yeah.
Can we just be one?
What?
That's my final statement. Let's be a family here at Australian football.
Yeah. Okay, Matt. Anything else to sign off with the viewers, to leave the viewers with?
What is going on?
It's Ibasuki from last week. Oh,
What is going on here, Robbie?
I cannot wait to rip out
30 to 1.
30 to 1. I don't see us talking about the second division anytime soon.
Oh, goodness me.
Finally, we've got the buzzer
Okay,
up on it.
that's it. That's it. That's your sign off now. I hope you're
That's
happy
it.
with that.
It's over. It's over. End of the stream.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go home. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling it on that. So until next time, I believe next week we're taking on that double header. That's right, 2 games. No way. That's crazy. It's going to be the City vs Wanderers double header. Have I mixed that up? I might.
City Wanderers dub, City Brisbane men's.
Yes, City Brisbane men's. So we're doing 2 games. It's going to be really, really fun.
No, not City. Victory.
Victory. Yes, victory. That's yes. We're taking the City victory in the dub and the Brisbane victory game in the men's. Yeah. That's a double header. That's the right game. That's when we'll be back next.
Delirious. End the stream. Just end it.
On YouTube, Facebook. So until then, enjoy the football. Don't stay up too late and eat some fruit and veg. All right. Take it easy.